spanner people. It's not happened yet. I've got PTSD, kind of half joking, from when I done this about, I don't know if it was 2 years ago, could even been 2.5 years ago. I think it might have been 2.5 years. It was a while ago, and as soon as I'd done it, there was hundreds of people, like hundreds of people. Just to put you in the picture if you're new, I'm used to like, you know, a couple of people cutting about talking in chat. I'm not used to hundreds of people right away. I was like, and I instantly was like, whoa. But weirdly enough, like it was free of the men, and we don't have a lot of men that talk, but it was free of the men turned up and helped. But I just, yeah, I wasn't on for very long. I was on for like 50 minutes. I was like, I need to get the fuck off of here. But there's nobody right now. So again, be careful what you put out there. And then in total, there was 800 views. And again, if you're here all the time, you'll know how weird that is. Like, we get nowhere near that. So anyway, this is fine. This is, again, this week I'm demonstrating, I'm always demonstrating that, because I'm always talking about intention, I'm always talking about prayer, and I'm always talking about miracles, you know. But it's, I'm demonstrating to the people in the second level of membership the power of intention and prayer, you know, more so because we're on the week of the, you know, the spiritual clearing. And like I said, there's just been so many amazing, synchronicities. And like I said, I can't remember if I'd shared, I'd written it in the shorts, because I got that person emailed just after I'd uploaded the shorts. After I'd filmed them. So I wrote it in the written bit that, there'd just been monumental, like amazing timeline shifts. Is the best way that I can put it. And I feel that, you know, it's not only is it that person that experienced that, I feel that as a lot of us, because you know, and it's only as I'm starting to say this now, I really do feel, I mean, I'm going to check that, see what I mean? This is really, they're kind of fucking me, because it's like, there's nobody here. We don't usually have that there's nobody. Sometimes we do, but that's kind of weird. So maybe, but you see, what you put out there is powerful, because if I'm like, oh, I don't want all those people, and then there's nobody. So it's like, I want people to tune in, but I want the aligned soul family to tune in, preferably people, at least some of the people that I'm used to, but new soul family too. Not no one, unless it's lying to me, but it's quite funny. It's not coming up. Well, wait a minute, it's not coming up on here. It's a bit weird. Well, hang on a minute. Why is it not? I did make it public, didn't I? That's what it is. What the hell? Oh. Why is it not? It's not. What's going on? I am totally baffled. Have I went live in the membership? I'm not live. Where am I live? I'm not live there either. What's going on? Is this unlisted? It's fucking unlisted. This is hilarious. I'm about to make this unlisted, so the start of this will be absolutely hilarious. I've just been talking to myself for 4 minutes, 18 seconds, union. So let's see how many people there are now. I was just blathering on. Well, I'm not going to repeat the same shit, but I've just been blathering on for 4 minutes, 18 seconds about why is there nobody and the power of intention. Wait a minute. Renee, come on, they've come in public. Wait a minute. This is really funny. Because basically I'm fucking off. If like tons of people come on and there's too many and I'm overwhelmed. Right. Oh God, what's going on? This is so annoying. Surely now that I've made that public, it means, oh, no, wait a minute, have I just made the wrong one public? No, oh shit, wait a minute. Not that it really matters that much, but God, we're out of fucking Mercury retrograde. What's this all about? Oh no, I've not made the wrong one. No, that's fine. I didn't say anything. Oh, there we go, 3 people. I didn't say anything juicy or anyway. You know what I mean? It's like I'm the kind of person where it's like it's still gonna be, well, I don't know. You know, sometimes there might be more tea in there, but it's not. Fucking hell. Right, I can't see. So if you're there, I can't see you yet. And just to put you in the picture, what I've been saying is I've got, see what I mean? 20 people. When do we ever have 20 people? I'm coming off of here if it gets crazy. So, hello, new people. I'm warning you now. I hope nobody's going to be up to no good or you'll be out. I don't give people much of a. Right. If you want to know what happened for the first 4 minutes of this, it was unlisted, and I was like, why? I know I said happy birthday to. What are you talking about, Julio? Hello. We're just testing this out, guys. This is what I mean about. For those of you that didn't know why I was making such a fuss about why I don't do vertical, it's because there can be mental amounts of people, and it's people that just speak gobbledygook. So I'm just giving it a chance. No one said happy birthday to you. Well, happy birthday. This is what I mean. I'm sure you could think of worse, but... Oh, wait a minute, sorry. I've just... For fuck's sake. I think I hit the wrong person. Basically, if you talk mince, you're out. Because there's just no point to it. You know what I mean? It might be quite funny for other people, but it's not gonna... It's... I don't know who you're saying happy birthday to people out there, but it's no... Oh, sorry. I might have confused people. That is my birthday numbers, but it is not my birthday. Thank you. Anyway, I'll persevere. I'll pull some wee cards on this. I just wanted to show people what I was talking about. Let's do a Mary Mag. I pulled the Mary Magdalene card in the membership, so I'll pull a Mary Magdalene card here. Renee, please come here. Renee and Lexi. I think Lexi's driving though. I don't like it. I'm going back to the laptop. It's safer. See what I mean about, like, I'm just not one of these people that's desperate for views. Like, I'm not saying people that do that are desperate for views. Like, you know, I don't like it. I'd rather have people that were aligned with me and soul family than to me. Although this is really not that bad. So, right. Right, what have we got? A Mary Magdalene card. Just don't really like it. I think I'll need to warn people if I'm going to do this. It's a bit of a different vibe. Should I give it a bit? I don't know. I'm just wondering if I should give it a bit more time. Holding the seeds, fertility. So we've got a card about fertility and new beginnings here. So let's see what this says. And like I said, I just pulled Mary Magdalene in the membership, so that energy is very present. I just don't know. I don't know why I just don't like this. It just doesn't feel right. It's weird. This is a bit of a pointless live stream. But, right, what was said there? Why was it instantly... Oh my God. What in the fuck? Well done. You can just be gone forever. That one was so offensive. It hid it right away without me hiding it. But like I said, you're not going to bother me, mate. I don't know why people bother wasting their fucking... Do you know what I mean? Oh, thank you. Another moderator handled this. Thank you for. Oh, I don't know if it was me that handled it. Hello, Lexi. How are you doing? It's not as crazy as the 800 people that happened, the last time, but there is some weird energy. So I don't know how long I'm gonna. I think I'll just come off and do it the usual way. But we'll give it time because, like I said, people that are used to me appearing horizontally, I might be in that stupid wee TikToky kind of stream right now. You know what I mean? Because when I watch people like that, sometimes they're just, it's vertical and it's not the annoying way, and sometimes it is the annoying way where you could kind of, you could flick onto someone else, and I just don't like it. All round, are we getting that? Don't like it very much. So the time is right and the ground is fertile for your project. Whatever your project is, your project will be different, everyone. Whether it is creating or designing a new life or starting a new venture, the time is now, literally says that. So again, I'll say a wee bit of it here, but I feel I'm more going to speak about it when I go on the horizontal. I'm having to think about what's horizontal and what's vertical right now. Do you know what I mean? I'm having to stop and be like, what's what? but yeah, like, because like I said, I've said at the start of this, like, yeah, I am on such a high from something else happening to one of yous. And it's just like, like I basically, when I got this email from one of yous, just about like, yeah, just basically things going your way, when that's what should happen. Total karmic justice. The person said I could say this too. It was actually legal justice, which is what it's what I help people with quite often. Again, the shamanic journeys there on the playlist about, helping people get out of a karmic situation, whatever it is. It's one. I think it's like, no, it's not the first one I done, but it was one of the first ones I done. Actually, I'd done quite a few before then, but anyway, it's the most popular one, and it's because it works. They all work, but it was, for if you're in quite a very challenging karmic situation, which doesn't, it can be, yeah, you're stuck with a person or people, but that can be addictions or a difficult situation. But yeah, like, you'll hear me when I do my clearing all the time. I call on Saint Germain, the violet flame. And basically, the twin flame of Saint Germain is Lady Portia, and also can be linked to like Lady Justice energy. Basically, it's truth and justice, and so that is why, because these are some of my main guides, along with like Mary Magdalene and Jesus, and all these ones you hear me say, Goddess Isis and Cyrus. These are my top ones that will just roll off right away. That was very much what I was calling on while I was supporting that particular person. But like I said, this happens quite a lot. And, me and that person are both in agreement that, like I said, further down the line, I feel that person will, again, when it's the right time in their life, they'll probably come on and share themselves. But for now, it's, like I said, there's not really too much can say other than it was a miracle. Like, something has just completely turned around when that person's been like really in their strength and handling it like a boss. But things like that can really, they're aimed to break you down. And basically, from being open to, being the slightest bit open to a miracle coming about and a mindset shift, a paradigm shift, which is what's so interesting is me and that person we're talking about timelines, and that person just asking me a wee bit about what my perspective on it is. And again, this is what I help you with all the time. It can be like really galactic and out there, but to me it's quite practical too. And it's what I've went through this year. I'm keeping it a bit cryptic, but this year I have went through a massive, like reality shift, timeline jump, quantum leap. And again, I've been doing the Fuck It, Let's Go challenge for what, like 4 years now, you know what I mean? Like, I've done it on Facebook, and then I've done it on YouTube a few times, and now we're doing a different variation of that in the second level of membership. But that is what I'm here to do. I'm a galactic shaman. I'm a timeline jumper. I help you quantum leap, like clearing the limiting beliefs, right? Sag moon conjunct Uranus, that is like awakening, shaking you up to wake you up kind of energy. Conjunct my South Node in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is beliefs. All of that combination helps you release those limiting beliefs. Like, if childhood trauma, like past lives are holding you back, like all of that, just let it go. Clear it, let it go, leave it in the past. I know it's easier said than done, but these are the miracle shifts that can happen with people. I do it with people all the time. But you've got to be open enough to these things happening. and then, you know, and that's it. Like, all, like, that is what I said to somebody. Just, if you're just the slightest bit open and suspend the kind of overthinking and the logical, analytical mind, which isn't just men, that can be women too, obviously, as we know. You know, if you can just suspend that part and be open to the mystical, magical, like, you know, the guides are coming in, the power animals are coming in, the, you know, the loved ones in spirit, whoever wants to come in and help, when you're able to do that, absolute miracles can happen. And in this case, that can include something that looked like, you know, things are not going your way. It's, you know, especially it's not fair when it's an injustice, and that was the case with the person I'm talking about here, and all the people I've helped in the past. And when you can just be like, you know what, actually, I'm a good person, I have an integrity, things have already went against me, rather than going towards, oh fuck, so guess what's going to happen again? Because listen, I've had loads of times in my life where I think that I still have to push against that. I'm better at helping other people than I'm better at believing that for myself, but I'm a lot better than I was, kind of thing. And things like today, seeing how, I know I'm gonna end up crying here again, because it's close to it. In fact, I think in a few hours the moon, I'm going to keep that. That's funny. Nick, you get to stay. That's funny. It does indeed actually look like a fried egg, but it's a daisy. You can stay. That's funny. But basically, yeah. When the moon is in your 12th house, you're more emotional. You're a bit more tired. You sometimes might feel a bit like fed up, burnt out, exhausted, or maybe sometimes not even well. But because I really do follow the moon signs very closely, and always have done, and I always, like, I channel the astrology, do all that. That was hilarious. Like, say, you can stay, Nick. But it's kind of like, yeah, when the moon is in the 12th house for me, I really do feel it quite strongly. So that is when I'm basically like, peace out, bye. Like, not working with people, and I'm not doing live streams. And like, I've been just so looking forward to just having a day in my jammies tomorrow, just doing nothing, catching up on Celebs Go Dating, because I've not been able to watch it, and I need to, because I need, oh my god, you're bloody beautiful, literally made my jaw drop. Sorry if you find that annoying, but I just had to say. Well, you know, it's thank you. I will just say thank you, but yes, I shall carry on. Guys, I'm not being funny. Like, I don't want to generalize, but see, if I ever do this again, that is the kind of shit I'd see on other people's too. Mind you, some people I tune into, they're being deserving of it. Again, it's each to their own. Whether you're a man, woman, some people are going to find you attractive, some people aren't. But sometimes it's just kind of like, it's a thing people do. You know, they come on and they say things like that, and it's kind of like, you know, can we get with the topic anyway? So, but yeah, I just like that. It's funny. I said that to that person. I really just want to share the joy and the elation, because I still feel I'm in that person's energy. Like I said, to that person today, it's like when I've done a session with someone, I mirror like what they're doing. It's so weird. It's like what you would do with a twin flame, although you might not necessarily know that with your twin flame. It's okay. You don't need to be sorry. You don't need to be sorry. Thank you. But it's kind of like, it's so weird, yeah. When I do sessions with people, that happens all the time. So, like, if there's backache, Renee, hello, Renee. I don't know if I said hello, but hello. Bit hectic here doing the old horizontal. Yes, I fucked up again. Vertical. I might go to horizontal, because doing it vertical is just, now it's sounding wrong. See what this is doing to my energy? I don't know why I'm not the same. I'm not the same when I do this live stream in vertical. It just has me on edge. What sessions do I do? Well, I'm a shamanic healer, and I'm a hypnotherapist, and I'm a counsellor, and I'm a hypnotherapist and soul retrieval. So yes, lots and lots of different things. I'm a healer. That basically nails it for the rest of it. But yeah, but right down to the fact, it was quite funny. I went out for just a bit of a walk today, and the minute I got in the door, that person had also got in the door. So that's what I mean about it. It's sometimes it can be the not so good things, like if someone's got back pain, like when Renee did, I picked up on Renee's back pain, right? And yes, a therapist of different types of things. But the main thing being you seen, is that how I say it? I'm a twin flame healer, so I tend to attract people on the twin flame journey. So people are welcome to tune in if they're not on the twin flame journey, of course, but it might be a bit boring for you. But I think what I'm going to do, right, once I get used to doing this, because I'll try it every now and again, right, I find it, like I said, I just find it I don't know, it's not so bad tonight, but I find it a bit overwhelming because it's not so bad tonight. I think what I might do is when I do it like this vertically, I'll make it that it's for everyone, like even people that, oh my god, I can't be answering questions like that tonight, you see, just binge watch some of my content and you'll get it. But basically, I think that might make sense because this is going to go out more in the algorithm and attract more people. I think when I do like this, it might just be for anyone, and then when I do it the other way, it'll be for everyone too. But more of I don't know, I just don't like it. I can't make myself like it this way. If I just don't like it. But I'll finish reading the card. It sent me all kinds of fucking all over the joint. But anyway, the time is now. Let's work with that. Mary Magdalene is holding the holy fruit. She is with child, and although she must conceal it for the moment, the baby is burgeoning and growing daily. What is it? Her innermost smile is glowing with the secret that dwells within her, and her heart is full. The pomegranate is the universal symbol of fertility. All right, yeah, because it was about so fertility, new beginnings, but however that all resonates. Because of its many seeds, it was thought to represent the virality of man. By the way, if you would like a card, then let me know. People in the membership, if you don't mind, thank you for answering that, Lexi. If you don't mind, I'll do your cards, but I'm going to come off of here and go on it on the laptop because I don't think I'm going to start freaking out this way. It's just, but I'll do the other people's cards before I come off, kind of thing. And other people, you're welcome to join when I go the other way, but it's just that I just don't like it. So maybe you're trying to get used to some kind of change or something, because that's what I'm getting from this. Because I know it's all over the place, but like I said, that's just sometimes the way it goes. I feel I'm tuning into some people's energy that are in that place where you feel a bit all over the place. It feels a bit not real. Because although I'm sharing the joy of something amazing that has happened to one of you guys, and hopefully me and that person, I feel it's more than just that person I'm talking about. I feel there could potentially be like legal justice cases going about for quite a few of you that, things, basically, that's just why I'm doing this too. It's so that, if you feel like a bit of a loss and things are going in the way of injustice, and have you tried getting help from a shaman? Because trust me, when it's the right time for that person, that person's going to write something up anonymously, but they will actually, like I said, it'll be fascinating when they come and share their own story, because it's always just going to be better for the person to tell you themselves. But I'm telling you right now, I'm not making that up, that I help people with things like that all the time, really heavy situations. And like I said to that person, I don't need to know the ins and outs and the details. I've got no idea about shit like that, law and all of that. Although I was told once I'd make a good lawyer because I'm a Mars and Scorpio, but I really don't think so because I've not got a clue. But I am very good at the spiritual and the shamanic, and I'm very good at holding strong intention and prayer for people. I've done that for the whole 10 years. I've had memberships, helped people in public, blah, 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 personal sessions. And yeah, I'm just very good at holding intention. And I just, for that person in particular, and I told them earlier because I caught up with them again today, because this is what I mean. I'm saying it so disjointed, but that person had said when they emailed me, that they were in a bit of disbelief, and that was like rapid prayers and rapid motions. You know what I mean? Because it literally overnight. We spoke last night. The case was, you know what I mean? It was over. So it's and it's kind of like that bit that I was holding the intention that, because again, that person's been in, and again, that's the thing that's more interesting. This person's it's been in a tricky situation, which is unfair for years, for a long, long time. And it's not me that done this. I was one of the last parts of the puzzle piece. And like that person said, you've went right to the top of my Christmas list, the Christmas card list. I don't even fucking send Christmas cards. I've got ADHD. I've never sent Christmas cards. I can't. It's too fucking overwhelming. But do you know what I mean? It's kind of like, So, but all I know is I was like, I am holding out for nothing less on the best possible outcome. I'm going to wake up and I'm going to open that email and I'm going to be overjoyed by the miracle that this person's telling me, and that is what. See what I mean? My eyes are what that is what happened, and I am still in disbelief because exactly what I and it's not me, it's God speaking through me. Exactly what I felt would happen is what happened. And that person's a very intelligent person and they're way more used to stuff like that than me. And I was like, look, is there even the slightest chance it might go this way? And I got them to admit, I was like, well, there's a chance that anything can happen. But but that, both kind of lost for words. So yeah, I think I've done it. I think I've done the Leo Midheaven justice by, it'll be funny that it'll be funny if this person watches this on the replay, or they might join. You know what I mean? And they'll. But again, this is what I'm saying. I knew I wouldn't. I knew I wouldn't be able to really explain because I'm still. I feel buzzing from it. Like I don't know if I'm going to be able to sleep, and it didn't even happen to me. It's just there's only a few moments of joy that are going to top that in my life. I've had moments like that with people before, where something that's just completely unfair and unjust goes the person's way. But that's been the most exciting one for a while, and it's just I love it when good people get, never mind good outcomes, fucking great, absolutely fucking amazing outcomes. You know what I mean? but then you need to adjust. If you've been in a challenging situation for quite a long time, now that person's going to need to be, which they know, because I'm saying this, me and that person are, in agreement that that they know that person knows how this works. That other people might be going through things like this, and just sharing this, you never know who might be going through things to do with legal stuff and getting fucked around and that. And, basically, do you know what I mean? Hit me up, book a session, and be open to the craziness of shamanic healing. Like I've said before, I remember talking about this stuff on a bus with another shaman once, and we're talking about, my wolf is, this, and my fucking, tiger's that. And people who think you're fucking nuts, but they don't think nuts when this shit works. Do you know what I mean? It fucking works. Anyway. I think I've done that speech. I don't know if I'll read the rest of it. Sorry, I'll read the comments, but intention is everything. That's the point. That's what we're doing in the second level of membership. And the card I pulled before I went live in there, before I came on here, is intention is prayer. So whether you set an intention or you pray, just hold a strong intention about something. And the longer you do that and the more you practice it, like I've done this for years, never mind 10 years, I've been doing this for 20 years plus. I've been doing this since I was really young, right? Like always had a strong connection to the spirit world. And it's kind of like intention is everything. You know what I mean? Like when you hold a strong intention, it is kind of nuts what can come about. And people with ADHD, which is a lot of people that tune in me, really do need to hear that. I've got ADHD too, if you're new, so I'm not saying that with any shade. As a symbol of immortality throughout the ancient world, Mary Magdalene would have known the significance of the fruit. Did I say anything about the fruit? Oh, let's skip this bit, it's a bit boring. Whether creating or designing a new life or a new venture, it's time for you to get started. Don't let this moment pass you by, but keep the idea secret until you're ready to birth it into the world. So take that on board, keep it a secret. So whether it's getting in touch with a twin flame, or start a new business venture, or I don't know, something amazing happening to you that you're happy about, share it with people that are going to be happy for you. If you've got even the slightest doubt of any jealousy or anything like that, they fucking tell them, right? I'm sorry that is human nature, but it's true, right? I've got a North Node in Gemini in the 8th house. Brutal truth comes through me. Gemini is connected to, the divine messenger. 8th house is brutal truth. Scorpio energy. I'm going to give you the brutal truth, right? That's my life purpose, my North Node. Seek and you shall find. Matthew 7:7. So there could have been something special connected to the 7/7 portal, and I just instantly picked up these Jesus cards. So Mary Magdalene and Jesus coming in very strongly there. Blessed are they that hear the word of God and keep it. Luke 11:28. So the 28th of November could be significant. So that would be in Sagittarius. So Sagittarius season could be significant for someone, a birthday or something happening around then. I just want to see if Saint Germain or Lady Portia come out with all this legal justice excitement today. So like I said, even if that's just that one person, but I just feel like it's going to be more, even if somebody finds this much later. Now, sorry, I have completely ignored all these comments, so I'm going to scroll back. So not completely ignored, but right, I think I did. You're so hot, you're so gorgeous. Yeah. Keep after. Oh, in all serious, thank you. But you're so bloody beautiful. There's another one. This is what I mean, and I'm like, right. So, see, when you said vertical, I thought you meant oh my God, Lexi, fuck, don't. I'll pee myself. I thought you meant standing. What? You thought I was going to stand and do the live stream? Hello, people. Look, sorry, I've been working on my fitness, but it hasn't worked that much. Do you know what I mean? You've had way more. You're 10 years younger than me. Well, 10 years plus younger than me. You've had way more success than that, and I'm clapping up my Irish sister. I'm not that. My weight's fluctuated a few pounds. Do you know what I mean? No, I'm not standing up. I'll fucking stand up when I do use that. I'm like, oh, I just need to get this. I just need to get that. I didn't. Not yet. You know what did happen today? So this will be another synchronicity for some people. When I ordered something, and this happened the other night, really annoying because I really could not be fucked. I was tired, blah, 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 blah. Happened again tonight. The buzzer wouldn't work. So I had to fucking run down and what's the point in getting, in America, you call it DoorDash. Here we call it Just Eat. It wasn't the guy's fault tonight, and it certainly wasn't the guy's fault the other night either. But you know what I mean? It's so annoying because it's like the fucking door isn't working. So I'm going to have to get something sorted with that. But it's like, you know what I mean? Awkward. So I hope I've not got anything coming from Amazon because I'll be like, fucking, I want to have a jammy day. I'm not fucking running down to let them in, but I'm going to have to. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to go down to my jammies. I'm going to be one of those people. Because I don't know if anyone else is having that issue, but I am. Right, okay, so that's so funny. So basically, you're like a therapist. I'm not like a therapist, I am a therapist. But yes. Yes, and she's amazing. Thank you, Renee. I'm a therapist with a twist, because I'm a therapist that is not in the Matrix. I have worked in the Matrix, but thank God my dark night of the soul and twists and turns sent me doing this here. So you do your thing, we will help sneer. That's funny. Yeah, I'm not on one, but was drawn to her over 9 months. All right, are you talking to each other? So that'd be nice to have a card. Oh, sorry. That'd be nice to have a card, please. Is it like tarot? I've never had one for it. Yes, it is like tarot. Sorry if you're not still here, Nick, because I know you said that a while ago, but if you're, I'm just going to get to the bottom and then I will show you a card. She offers tarot and oracle mix with mediumship. Thank you, Lexi. Oh, thank you for putting that. Lexi, you're on the ball. I never even told Lexi to do that shit. You can come back, like, you're on the ball. I wasn't sure, laugh massive. That's so funny. I was like, huh, okay, that's a cool way to do a video, I guess. That's funny. Right, what have we got for Nick? What does Nick need to know right now? And then I was going to actually do the... Wait a minute, Nick, sorry. I need to finish the collective. Is there anything else you need to know? I'm just interested to see whether Lady Portia or Saint Germain come out. If they don't, that's fine. Their energy's still about. But Serenious Life Force. Now, this fits with some of the things I've been pulling on the light code shorts, because again, everything I do is light code activations, light language, all of that, but clearing energy, basically. Basically, everything I do is clearing and healing energy. I just happen to use cards while I'm doing it. That is basically what I do. I'm a healer. Express your drive and passion. Sensual and sexual powers are increased. So again, with that Leo, with that Venus just recently went into Leo. It was yesterday, the day before. You know, very passionate energy. Venus is love, obviously. It's self-love. It's how you value yourself. It's things to do with money. Leo is the inner child, but it is also sexual energy. And creativity, so that actually fits with the fertility. So there's the be careful warning coming in again. But yeah, there's just a lot of passionate energy in the air. So whether you're channeling that towards your person or your person's channeling it towards you, or whether it's energetically or literally manifesting, or whether it is channeling that passion into a project, that is very much in the air. Because again, creativity, Leo is fun, it's creativity. probably what is actually making this. I mean, look, I'm extra animated tonight. I think I got a wee bit excited with what's happened to one of our soul brothers, and I'm a wee bit excited with what's happening with the vertical thing being a bit different. And it's just, could we, I'm going to be knackered tomorrow because this is just. Oh, but it's fine. That's fine. Better that than miserable. Paul the Venetian, experiencing grace. Share your gifts with grace. Waves of inspiration and love are coming to you. But can you see the way I'm channeling this? It does feel like that. It feels like I'm a bit high on life right now. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I feel a bit high on life. So I don't know, maybe something really amazing's happening to my Twinflame. I don't know. I pray for that, whatever. But it's kind of like there's something amazing in the air. It feels like very much tapping into that Christ consciousness energy. But like I said, it could also be I'm still, connecting with that soul family member's energy, Jesus, or it could be Christ conscious energy because there's Jesus. Notice, it's like, sorry, I mean, yeah. Then mentioning Mary Magdalene and Jesus, using the Jesus cards, mention Christ consciousness, there's Christ. I mean, you know what I'm saying? God and the guides speak through me. Master Jesus, forgiveness. You are on a path of light, love, and forgiveness. Love and light. Claire doesn't like the words love and light, but if you do, you boo. I just don't like love and light, because it can come across a bit fake. But not everybody that likes saying love and light is fake. Because Renee, you like love and light, don't you? And I don't judge you for it. I just always put in the band and I don't like it. But Father, healing is possible at this time. So again, major healing and huge downloads coming in for the masculine energies. Jesus working very closely with you. Oh my God, I'm just actually connecting with how, wow, honestly, you've no idea how that person's really going to, that person that had that amazing news today is really going to connect with that too. Wow. Even the father healing bit, because that person's dad was totally, even after I got off the session, was giving me loads of signs for him, which I told him about. Mercury has just come out of shadow. If you're feeling this forward movement, momentum, so like I'm saying in that person's case, there's just been this big hold up, there's been this karmic interference, there's been this karmic delays, there's just been this big fucking dark cloud that this person has been battling for far too long that is now fucked off. So now I'll be keeping an eye on that person watching this, because it's kind of like now, you need to get used to a bit more peace in your life that you deserve. And that can be kind of weird to get used to that. Like for me, I've went through things like that in my life. And it's kind of weird when you've been used to always being on guard to being like, oh my God, it's over. You know what I mean? That feels like what I went through, almost 10 years ago now, my Dark Night Soul on, well, it is 10 years ago I was in my Dark Night Soul, but like on my counselling course, you know what I mean? I feel some of you are going through that now, basically, or you've just come out of it. Mercury, open communication. I feel there is communication opening up, like I said, with Mercury coming out of shadow, or a lot of twin flames. Be open to miracles. This happened to be a miracle happening to someone on their own journey before all that even comes about for them. But it's kind of like, for a lot of you, you've went through a lot of trials and tribulations, and it's time. It is time for an open dialogue. I don't usually say that word, it's really streaming in. It's time for an open dialogue. It's time for an open and honest conversation. This could be very open and honest. This could be very peaceful, open and honest conversations coming in. Thank you, Renee. Coming in this Libra moon, because Libra moon is love, peace and harmony, balance, right? Justice, karmic justice. That's why again, put it this way, that person didn't know that when they booked it, but when I looked at their chart, I was like, oh my God, it's Libra moon. Every time it's Libra moon, which is only once a month for a couple of days, I always pick up on legal stuff. When I'm doing the star sign Libra 7th house, I always pick up on legal cases, right? Every single time, once a month. I'm just taking a break from it just now. And we'll have to wait a whole month for me to get Libra, because I'm starting at Scorpio. If I'm doing it, and if you want me to, please vote in the community tab. If you want me to start back with the star sign ones, the house ones, on Thursday, and I'll start Scorpio. So we'll need to wait a month to get to the Libra one, but it's coming through now. You see, I can see how it's coming through now. But get a weight off your chest, speak up with love and be heard. It's time, whatever you've been holding inside, it's time to get that weight off your chest and speak up and be heard. So, and have faith that it'll go your way. Humanity and benevolence, stay calm, trust the good in yourself and others, see the light in the world. Lord Ganesh is removing the obstacles. Yeah, there's obstacles being removed. Wherever people have fucked about with your own life path, your journey, your success, they've tried to put a spanner in the works. Although we like the spanner around here because I call you the spanner people that, you know, bought people in the head for being cheaty. But it's kind of like, you know, the karmic interference. I feel a lot of that has been exposed and cleared wherever someone's been, you know, fucking up their own journey, self-sabotaging. It's been highlighted so you can work on it. Because we all do it somewhere, guys. Infinite abundance. Obstacles are being removed. Spiritual support and connections are increasing. That's why I keep calling this a miracle timeline. That came through really fast. So take all that love and healing and energy, and I'm just trying to work out whether I'm going to stay on here and just do it like that. Maybe I'll just stay here and do it like this. Right, so let's pull Nick a card. So thank you for patiently waiting. And like I said, girls, if you want your one here, like, you know, I'm saying this to Lexi and Renee because they're in the second level of membership. If you want your new moon cards here, I can do it here, or I can do them when I come back on Thursday. Although I seem to have a lot of energy right now, so do you know what I'm saying? I'll have even more then. But I can do it here, or because I'm still trying to decide if I'm just going to stay. I might as well just stay doing it like this. I'm kind of getting used to it now. But so you let me know while I'm doing next card. What does Nick need to know right now? Green Tara, supreme protection. There's the protection again. You are protected. Cords are being cut. Move beyond limitation and trust. So again, Nick, you know, if you've never, you know, it sounds like you've never joined in this stuff before. And again, if you've, hopefully you've watched others like this, or you might be like, whoa, what the fuck is going on? Because everybody is different. You know, I weave a lot of different unique things into this. But it's kind of like, I really do feel cords are being cut, where anywhere where you've been being held back, anywhere where there might be around, anywhere where there might be any kind of, you know, people, saboteurs, or people that just basically aren't, you know, supportive for your journey moving forward, whatever that might be in any area of life. I feel like, you know, obstacles are being removed. So keep your eyes open for, you know, the signs and synchronicities that might be, you know, try to, like a divine nudge, try to tell you something. Yeah, downloads and understanding. So, you know, I don't know if you're aware of what downloads are, but basically, you know, pay attention to any kind of, you know, sudden knowing that you're getting. Claircognizant is, you know, when you just suddenly know something, you can't really explain how you know it. Or, you know, you're getting a thought about, like, you know, I don't know why, but I'm getting this feeling that, like, I don't know if I'm, you know, I don't know if I can trust them, or, you know, but sometimes you got to keep that in balance. Sometimes it can be paranoia, but you just never know. But it's kind of like, you know, get grounded. And I feel, you know, there's a lot of stuff coming through in your dreams. I don't know if you really connect, you know, with, like, sometimes, you know, this is kind of, I don't know why I'm saying it like this, but I'm trusting. Sometimes there's people that you do actually really work very closely with, very galactic guides, but you're so kind of in the, like, the material that you're not that consciously aware of it, and it's more like in the dream time. So again, I don't know if that connects, but yeah, if that doesn't resonate right now, I read the past, present, and future. So just kind of hold that, and I feel that might resonate at a later date. But truth is being revealed. It could even just be that there's some. So see if that connects. Again, I'm just being the messenger here. Some kind of truth is going to be revealed to you. And what's quite interesting is, I'm sure I titled the shorts for tomorrow, which are released tonight, truth is being revealed, or truth is being prevails. You know, some kind of truth is going to be revealed to you, whether it's happened already or it's going to. Deep insights are coming from heaven and the astral realm. Yeah, I really do feel it's a dream. So don't worry so much if you're like, what the hell are you on about? Well, that galactic energy. It's I just feel something is going to be revealed to you in a dream. So yeah, interesting. Right. So I hope that meant something to you. What are we doing here? Cards are all falling about me. Can you tell me where Lilith is in my chart? I feel her strongly. I emailed you so you can wait if you want, but I avoid saying it to you. No, I'll have a wee look now, because you know I love doing that. Let's see. So let's see, Renee. And then because you've asked, I won't get them now because I don't know where they are, but I'll find the Lilith cards for Thursdays, because Black Moon Lilith is in Scorpio. So and because it's a Scorpio moon is why I'm saying that. And Renee is a Scorpio. I remember telling you on one of these, but I've forgotten. Obviously, you forgot. Oh, actually, wait a minute. Because it's that, I'll need to. go back because it'll need, it's the, will it let me do it? Oh, wait a minute, sorry. Patience, guys. I'm just saying that to myself more than anything. Right, yeah, there we go. Right, so, right, Lilith. Yours is in Cancer. So, and your moon is also in Cancer. So I'm just having a wee look before I tell you. Yeah, actually, your Black Moon Lilith is near enough. It's not exactly, but your Black Moon Lilith is actually near enough conjunct your moon. So, actually, and with some things I've spoke to you about, you know, so you really need to trust if your intuition is telling you something, especially about a female, you could be very spot on about connecting. And if you get a shifty feeling about a female, I would say, you know, 9 times out of 10, you always got to trust that. I mean, I could actually say that to all of us, but I would, because, you know, Black Moon Lilith is female empowerment, but it's also the shadow side is very shadowy, and it can be where people are just basically a bit of a C word. So it's kind of like, you know, I would say, you know, you could really tune in to that in quite a big way. So, you're very welcome, Nick. Thank you for joining us. Hello, the story of Hunt. How are you doing? Writing it down this time. Good, right. Well, no, it's, yeah, do, because you know I'm not going to remember. God knows if I'll say the same thing. So it just flows through. Sometimes I'll say similar stuff, but a lot of the time I don't. You know what I mean? So, and that's why it's very hard to copy genuine people when they channel astrology like that. Do you know what I mean? Because it's just coming through. You know what I mean? I didn't learn that in a book, kind of thing. That's why I get a lot of haters, but we won't focus on that. Just trying to work out, guys, because it's kind of like, if I do that, it's like, I've not got energy to get a laptop out anyway. I'm just going to stay on and do it like this. So, right, let's do Renee's cards. And Lexi, how about you? Are you wanting your cards tonight, or are you wanting yours in a couple of days? That sounds like you need to wait forever. But yeah, I can do them tonight if you want, but it just means other people, you might need to be a wee bit patient, because that's my paying member, so I'm obviously going to give them a bit more of an in-depth message, although it's never a card with me anyway. But you can ask, as long as you're patient and you're willing to wait. And by the way, can I just stress for future reference, I actually only do free cards once a month at the Leo moon, which was, you know, a while ago, but because it was actually, well, it wasn't a while ago, it was, you know, it landed on, when did it land? Thursday, Friday, and I was basically, I went out on Friday, so I was getting ready, and I was preparing myself. Actually, I was on a session till 5 in the morning, if truth be told, but like, it's kind of a role, but it helped, because then it helped me stay up till 5 in the morning, method in the madness. But you know what I mean, it just was, I was too nervous about going out and stuff, so that's why we're doing it now. So, but I offer free cards to anybody that speaks up and says hi, when it's a Leo moon once a month too. Other times I'll have like paid offerings and that, and it's just because I've done my time. You know, I've done live streams for 10 years in some way, shape, or form, and you've got to, you know, you just get to a point where, you know, you've got to value your energy, and everything I do pretty much is for free. Other than my paid sessions, and then I've got my membership too, which I've had memberships for, I don't know, it's 8-9 years or something now, and then even on here, so this is going to have relevance to someone about, you know, you need to give yourself credit if you're brave like that, because I am brave. I started my membership like a year and a half ago or something, long before, you know, and people don't usually do that when they've only got like, I've only got 1,000, I've not even got 2,000 followers. It's kind of bold. but it's because I'm not new to memberships and I support other people that I've got, you know, like social media and stuff like that. And I've always done that. You know, I'm a healer for healers. You know, I'm like a new earth guide for other people, like ushering in that energy. I'm like a medium for mediums, a clairvoyant for clairvoyant. You get it. You know what I mean? I help other people that are helping other people. So, right, okay. So I think we discussed it in our last session with the three ladies. Oh yeah. That's what I'm. Yeah, that completely makes sense. Yeah, that completely makes sense with what came through in your session. That yeah. So, although you don't need to apologise for anything, I'm just letting people know for when they're watching the replay. But if you would like a card, just let me know. Right. So, what have we got for Renee? What does Renee need to know right now? So. Move your body, get your blood moving, dance, run, shake. This card's been coming out loads. It came out a lot in the membership. So if you, I don't know whether you've seen that yet, Renee, but there's definitely something about utilising dance. And it's making me laugh because there was a card I read last week at some point and it had about, you know, you'll know if you go to a shaman that one of the first questions they ask is, when is the last time you danced? And I'm like, my bad, I've not been asking people that. I do occasionally when it comes up. But now I am going to, when I'm guided, my guides are going to remind me to ask people that, because it's true, you know, like whenever I haven't even just put the Spotify on or the music channel on, or, because I mean, that's maybe what we need to do. That is so much fun. When I've got the music channel on and I'm doing this, it really does make it a lot of fun. Maybe that's why it's like there's something missing tonight. But I'll maybe save that for Thursday. But yeah, like, there's definitely something about, you know, like you need to move your body, because that came up in the membership too. So whether it's like just getting the music on or it's something it's keeping you in a high energy, a high vibe, because it helps with manifesting. Right, what else? The unwelcome, cleared energies, helpers of your highest good only. You see how that fits with like the person I was reading the cards for before, because it really doesn't matter whether I'm reading for people in the membership or people that are asking for a card here. It just doesn't matter. We're all connected. And so I believe a lot of us can take something from everyone's message. That's happened the whole decade I've been doing this. But there's something about the unwelcome, cleared energies, helpers of your highest good only. That is not a coincidence. Nothing ever is. That Renee is one of the people that is in my tiny membership in the second level, where we're currently on the week of clearing energy at the energy level, and then we're going to move on to the mind on Saturday, and then do that for a week, and then we're going to move on to the emotions and do that for a week, and you get it, and then we're going to move on lastly to the physical. But there's something really strongly coming through there, Renee, about maybe you're specifically asking about, I'll check your email after, but maybe that you're specifically asking about where your Black Moon Lilith is, because there's a need to be known that right now. So, you know, really take that on board, especially when it comes to any females that, you know, you're getting a funny feeling about or something. But again, also take on board that I have noticed where people can get a bit paranoid with that too, especially where Black Moon Lilith is involved. So you go, it's everybody, you know what I mean? You've got to use, and we are in the season, Virgo season of discernment. You've got to use your discernment. I see it all the time because unfortunately, people, you know, people can come to me for, so when I'm doing Renee's cards, it's going to have meaning for, you know, you, Renee, but other people too. People come to me with the dark stuff, that you know, or the shadow stuff, the stuff that they're not want to share with anyone. They'll just be blurting it out to me. That's what people have always done for me before I even stepped into doing this professionally, and I've been doing this professionally a long time now. And it's kind of like, so, but what I'm trying to say is, it's like, if you've been, there's something very strongly about, I'm going to get that deck. There's something very strongly about the warrior this week. It came up in a session recently, right? Oh, look what just leapt out and I said this. It came out in a session recently, right? Shadow. And I pulled it on Mediumship Monday last night too. And it's like, and I pulled it, there's so many synchronicity. I pulled it in the membership earlier, and it was something about letting go of the warrior. It might still be sitting here. I don't know where it is, but it said something about it's time to let go of the warrior, in the sense of, I don't know about you, but I'm an Aries, I'm always going to be a warrior. It's like, I'm not letting go of the warrior. But it's kind of like, where do we have our defensive and our defenses and our shields up too much? And therefore we might shut out people that are actually they're not there to cause us any harm, but because you've been so hurt and traumatized by others, you might start to think, oh my god, this is another fucker, and you can't blame you when you fat, but that's where you really need to be honest with yourself. And I know that should really be speaking to everyone on some level if you're being honest with yourself, but that's what you got to be aware of. Am I coming from a place of past experiences and PTSD and maybe even mixed in with childhood trauma and bad experiences, relationships of any kind? Or am I on the money that this person's not to be trusted? It can be a bit hazy sometimes. So again, I don't know who that's going to resonate with, but that's coming through very strongly. Aphrodite and shadow. So again, I really do feel there's something coming through here about your passion being ignited. I did say that in the membership too, but remember as well, because Renee has done some personal work with me too, as well as being in the mediumship. It's in the mediumship though. I meant to say membership, and I said in the mediumship. So there's no mistakes here. So again, really pay attention to messages that may be coming through from the spirit world there too. I really do feel like you could be having some big massive signs from some people in the spirit world right now. But again, there's a lot. I'm going to read that shadow card. Because that's not a coincidence that I'm talking about moving into the Scorpio moon in a couple of days. And I'm talking that fucking fast. I'm like, where's the cards? Right, so right, so this is for Renee, but just watch how it'll make sense with others too. And like you said, we can always do more shadow work. So, and there's a good opportunity to do that Thursday, Friday, and a bit of Saturday. So feel it to heal it. It can be kind of painful when we're in a Scorpio moon, unless you've moved through a lot of stuff. So just be aware of that. Anger, vengeance, violation, spite. These are hard-hitting cards, by the way. Although no one likes to admit it, we all have our dark sides and shadows, those less than flattering facets of our personality that take delight in abusing and shaming others and wielding power in the most unfair ways. Shame was the card on the Mediumship Monday. I think I put it on the thumbnail. So you know what I mean? So I think this is about clearing energy where there's a lot, again, keeping it general, I've worked with people a lot recently, like, men and women, where there's a lot coming up about self-criticism or like, where we might kind of blame ourselves for things or not be able to forgive ourselves or shame ourselves. It's all different things like this because Virgo's critical and it can be very, I want to say demanding. I wouldn't usually use that word, but it kind of can because it's a perfectionist energy. But that's the shadow of Virgo. But like the amazing things are, it's great to have a critical eye when you can notice the detail in things. That can come in very handy in some professions. Or for having strong discernment, amazing energy. Like I integrated the owl medicine many years ago, and that's how, like I said, the owl can spin its. It doesn't spin its head right round, does it? But it spins quite far round. And it's kind of like, that's why you're able to see things that maybe other people can't see if you connect with that energy. And funnily enough, that did come up in a session that I was doing last night. So it's and it was needed in that person's situation. So all this is going to have meaning that you need to have eyes in the back of your head right now. So Renee, this is your message. So this could be about where something's happened in the past that you needed to be cautious about. I'm strongly homing in on a female energy. Or it could be clearing past trauma of something with a female energy. And for some reason, I want to say it could be like a recurring pattern. So again, if you need to talk about that more deeper, you can you can tell me what that might be about. But I'm just noticing it coming up for the collective. So whether it's a condescending remark to slow-moving grocery bagger at the supermarket, the aggressive hand gesture directed toward the meandering driver on the road, or the belittling comment made to your uncooperative child, many of us are guilty of hurting or deriding others at times. Your divine helpers are present now to help you witness your shadow, lovingly making you aware that it's actually in contempt for yourself and your vulnerability that fuels such hostility towards others. These gentle but powerful higher forces surround you in love and urge you to accept and embrace your weaker aspects. I wouldn't word it like that, guys, because that's kind of triggering for all of us. We're called our shadow. You make pals with your shadow. You don't be calling it weak, but you know what I'm saying. Rather than harshly rejecting yourself by attacking those aspects in others, ease up and be more tolerant of yourself. If you do so, these shadows will give way to light and healing. Your divine healer's message: ask for help and accept our light. So specifically, what I feel that's about is, if you watched the Mediumship Monday last night, or if you haven't, watch it after this. It was very much about asking for help, which in order to ask for help, we have to put our ego aside and our pride to ask for help. That's what we each have to do whenever we do that, the healers included. And then be open to receiving it. Obviously, if it's for a service, you receive the service after you reach out to the person, or if it's from the guides and the power animals, usually it's a combination of all of it. You stop trying to control the situation and thinking you can change it, and surrender for a miracle, which again, that ties into a lot of what I've said on this tonight. And so, really tune in to whether this is something where you might have been, beating yourself up for something, or having memories of where somebody might have been a bit more critical to you, and then there's this voice that you need to quiet in your own mind, or whether you might have come across somebody that's coming from a bit of a more uglier, unhealed shadow side in them. Hello, Chelsea, how are you doing? So, yeah, right. Let's see what else is coming out for Renee. I can feel your dad very strongly around here too, so I just feel the need to say that. So I feel, he's very close around you now, showing you some, again, he's just sort of saying he's been showing you some sort of sign that you're going to know of. It's a wolf. Wait a minute, I need to show you because there's a wolf. This is funny. If you need to know the banter about this, so first of all, wolf is my main, well, it's not in the shot actually when I'm vertical, but wolf is my main power animal. And the person I was working with last night actually really connects with the wolf and the tiger as well, because that happens a lot. I've tracked a lot of people where you connect with the wolf or the tiger, or the wolf and the tiger. Not always, but with a lot of you. And Renee's no different, and Renee actually found here on the wolf moon. It was sadly, it was just after your dad passed, wasn't it? So, you were totally guided here by your dad. But I'll show you what was being pulled today. Oh, now I need to stand up vertically. Doesn't everyone? Look. So this card might be relevant, but fuck's sake, oh my God. I never know what these cards are. They're the tarot, but I've got no fucking idea. Seer of Branches. I've not got an idea. Thank you very much to the Soul family member. One of our divine masculine males actually got me these cards because they were on my list. Because I have got an Amazon list if anyone wants to give me cards. I'm not going to say nobody ever does it, but I can count on one that it's always the same people. So thank you, same people. I buy my own cards. I'm no fucking. If you hang about waiting on people buying you for, that's actually an old wife. Oh, you shouldn't buy your own cards. Sorry, if I lived by that, I would have no cards. And I've got hundreds. I've got hundreds of tarot and I've got hundreds of oracle because I've collected them since I was about 14 or 15. But anyway, moving on. I don't know what this is in the tarot. I never study the books because I was told by a medium about 15 years ago, don't do that, I'll hold your gift back. I do agree with her. But in this case, I'm going to need to read this book because I've not got a clue what that is. But I do know that that's a fox. So again, there could be somebody a bit shifty around you, a bit cunning. Or as we say here, I don't know if that's Edinburgh. I don't know where that's from. I don't know if that's a Scottish thing. But you might need to box clever. So if that's not a universal saying, boxing clever means you need to keep your wits about you. There might be somebody a bit shifty. So, or you need to just move cautiously with something. But yes, Seer of Branches. I'm just wanting to see. I did think that. Don't know where the book is, guys. Maybe actually, if I Google it, maybe we'll be able. What is the Seer? Seer of Branches. Fox card. The Seer of Branches and Fox card refer to different things. The Seer is a role of the. No, it's giving me. What is this bullshit? I think I've found it. Ah, right. Seer of Branches. This card is equivalent to the Page of Wands. Fox is quick and fiery. He represents a curiosity of resourcefulness. I get the impression of mischievous from him. Be careful with how you interpret his... All right, she's going into talking about somebody's reading. Okay, well, right, whatever I said with that. Right, okay, so I did want to shuffle these, though. And so if anyone else wants... if anyone wants a card, then let me know. And Lexi, did you say that you wanted it? If you could, Lexi, if you want your cards tonight, I can do them. But if you equally, if you're okay within a few days, that's fine too. So I'm very well, thank you. How are you doing? You look very well. Thank you, Chelsea. A few people have said that tonight, but it's like, I will take it. Maybe people like me with my hair up, I don't know. The thing is, this doesn't... it's not very flattering, like, well, obviously, I don't know, they must have sorted the filters, but it's kind of like, it's not, like, honestly, usually it's really terrible. I don't know, they must have sorted that shit, but I will take it, thank you. That's funny. Oh, you've been cleaning his furniture. Oh, shit. So I don't know if I even showed you, the whole point that I went to get that was because I said he's been showing you signs, and I looked at that. So if you've been seeing wolves, like, overly so, that's your dad, like, really trying to, reach out to you there. So, what is it with fucking... I'm not going to cry again. Look at this. That's the only card. Well, kind of. This deck is about mediumship, but funnily enough, it's the only card that says hello from heaven. There is actually there's a one about a father and a daughter. I really would have been crying. But look, hello from heaven. And that's the signs that he's showing you. So he's showing you wolf stuff. And that's why he showed me that. But your loved ones in spirit world want to connect with you as much as they want you want to connect with them. They know you've been thinking of them, and they're sending you signs and symbols. Oh my god, I said that before I pulled it. To show you how much they love you, to prove they're with you at this time. So again, your dad is just really giving his gratitude for for doing that. You know what I mean? And just hoping that that you can hold on to the good memories that you've got. And again, as always, just like I feel, I've said stuff like this to you in private sessions too, but it's kind of like I just really do feel he's like saying something along the lines of, I hope that you can sort of treasure the fun memories that we have, and that there's just love and forgiveness coming from basically unconditional love coming towards you for like basically it's like what I've said to you before. You could be seeing butterflies too. Actually, shit, you did. You saw a butterfly recently, didn't you? I remember you saying. But it's like whatever. I'm just going to say it because I know you could. It's like whatever harm he may have caused, like as in like being too critical or anything like that while he was alive. Like he is helping to clear that. He's helping to course correct, helping you to heal that energy if you're open to that. So your memories are like diamonds in the treasure chest of your spirit. More and more memories. Oh, this is the one I posted last night. Are arising within you. Remember the happier moments with your loved ones who are here in the spirit world, for neither nor time or distance could stop the energy of love that you have for one another. Yeah, so it's just that's generally what he's saying to you. So if you really tune in, you'll be able to feel what he's saying. But yeah, that's lovely. So I found 2 monarch caterpillars last week, and I'm incubating them. Oh my god, that sounds pretty complex and cool. Yeah, so take all that love from your dad and your guides, and I hope that helped. And just checking, I don't know where we got to on this. Right, the story of Hun. I'm still scrolling, but would you like a card? I feel like it's time for me to start testing my healing, if that makes sense. Venturing out, so to speak. Yes, well, again, email me and if you want to elaborate. Every Monday is Mediumship Monday with Claire. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell. Thank you, Lexi, on the ball there. My dad, he's been around me a lot. Yeah, I could feel that's what he was saying. And also, Chelsea, if you'd like a card, I don't know if I said that. And Tani, right, so I'll see if the story of, wait a minute. Okay. Right, so you'll wait. Okay, Lexi. If it's possible to have a card, I'll take one too, but I appreciate it's getting like, no, that's fine. Are you in London or something, Chelsea? I feel like you're maybe in England or something. They were tiny. It was a miracle that I found them. Oh, amazing. Right, I don't know the story of, oh god, I've fucking lost it now. The story of something. You will find it. But yeah, the story of the hunt, if you're still here, then just let me know and I will pull you a card too, but you might not be here anymore, so I will do Chelsea, I think. So if I'm not getting in the order, then because eventually, guys, if I do this all the time, there's more people. The way I used to do it on Facebook, not everyone's going to get a card. Do you know what I mean? But it just depends. We're not at that stage yet, but I'm just sort of saying that for future. Right, Chelsea. Let's see. So, oh my God, what the hell? What have we got for? What have we got for Chelsea? So yeah, if anyone does want a card that hasn't let me know now, because like Chelsea says, it's actually half 10 is late for. It does feel late for me though, because like I said, it's because it's getting to that part of my chart where I'm just tired, I'm and it's just I'm just exhausted with the high that I've been on for that person. So I'm kind of coming down a little bit now. Right, what have we got for Chelsea? Animal wisdom tells us it's a bit of a boring card, so I'll pull you more. But all jokes aside, like I feel that I've been doing a lot of work this week with integrating like power animals and just teaching people a wee bit more about how to work with their power animal and calling on the animals in the shamanic sense. So it's either that you need to do the same basically as to it feels like if you're in a challenging situation, you need to call on your main power animal if you know what that is. And if you don't, I would advise you to listen to one of my shamanic journeys on the playlist. And I say it at the start of most of them, because it's real. And again, I'd advise you or anyone else that wants to know more about that to watch the start of this, because that is what I was saying. Is it's very hard to describe what happens in people's personal sessions, and it's why a lot of the time I don't even bother trying. I just done it today. Because again, I help people with such private stuff. I just done it today because the person had, he said himself, like, just tell people because you never know who that's going to help. And but like I said, I think we'll just be patient and wait for even even if it's like a year or a couple of years down the line. I don't think it'll be that we'll wait. It's worth hearing. Watch this space. That person will tell their own story in a bigger way when it's the right time. Because that's the kind of people I attract. I attract people that are meant to write books and tell their stories, but I always have done. I'm here my gift is helping you find yours. It's okay if you're not wanting to write a book and all that kind of stuff, but there's people that everyone's got a book inside them. I've got many books inside me. I just haven't physically manifested any of them yet, but I have wrote them little bits and here, there, all over the place. So, be soothed and inspired by creative companions. So yeah, definitely make sure you're calling on your guides and your angels and your ancestors, but specifically your power animals are coming through there really strongly. So I feel like you might have been seeing a specific animal quite a lot. I'm just looking to see if any of my animal cards are about. I feel like there's a specific animal that you just keep. It's like it's overly so. You're like, why the fuck do I keep seeing a penguin everywhere or something? Or why do I keep? It'd be funny if it was a penguin, but why do like for instance, they're now bringing to mind. I keep seeing pandas everywhere, and it's quite funny because pandas are one of the animals that I did. So again, we're just going with this. Specifically, pandas are about like very soft, gentle energy and yin yang energy, and it is one of my energies that works me with that. But it'd been very quiet for quite a while, like maybe a couple of years, and all of a sudden, like one day, I looked out the window and it was like there's a wedding going on, and there's a giant panda, and people were taking pictures beside the giant panda, like true story. Then it was like there was adverts on my phone about panda toy things and that, and then there was something else about a panda, and I was like, why the fuck have I seen pandas everywhere? So what that tells me is like there's obviously another part of my twin flame journey coming online. I don't know, coming back. I know what it means to me because I know what it means because it's like soft and sort of gentle and unconditional love energy, a heart awakening sort of energy. So I'm just sort of sharing that it's like for you, if that's not happened yet, you're going to see an overwhelming amount of a certain animal and it's trying to help you with something. Bit of a random message, but freely journal. So notice I went from talking about writing a book and stuff like this. So it could be like, whenever you have a dream or, seeing certain signs, like make sure you're jotting down, like this is what I do. Like I'll either grab a bit of paper or I tend to make notes on my phone. And then I add it all up and I'm like, oh my God, like I've seen that here and I've seen that. Like for instance, I posted the community tab earlier. I'm seeing the name Annie everywhere. And it's not a coincidence. I just found out that is like a great grand's name of mine. So you know what I mean? It's like that's that great grand trying to tell me I'm around. Because I was always paying attention to the other one on the other side of the family. Because it's like right now I'm being pulled to a teacup that was that great grands, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like, you know, when you acknowledge the ancestors, they'll acknowledge you back, and it's kind of amazing. Yes, I know I'm a medium and a shaman, but this stuff can, you know, it happens on overload to me, but everybody's psychic and everybody has got the ability to notice this stuff if you slow down, especially in Virgo, because you know what I mean? It's like Virgo's about earth, it's very earthly, and one way you could see it's very practical and not, and I know a lot of Virgo people that aren't actually as into stuff like this, but the opposite sign of Virgo is Pisces, and I always say about Pisces doesn't need to make sense. It's magic, it's miracles, it's very much like what I've been talking about. Like, so can you suspend your practical mind, that disbelief of, you know, oh, it's never going to happen, it's not going to, and just believe in the magicalness. And that's, if you're crazy, basically, if you're crazy enough to believe it, that's when it happens. Like, that's basically the point. Move through restrictions via written expression. Yes, so there's definitely something about you utilizing written word. Like, so you need to be, I don't know if you've tried like channeling written stuff in a bit of a theta state, a bit of a sleepy state, or like I said, it's, I feel it's you're waking up from a dream and you've got a good idea. So there's a lot of stuff coming through. Right. I am loved, throat chakra. Yeah, there's definitely something big coming through there about creative writing. Yeah, I don't know. Something you've got to write down. The magic zone. Get out your comfort zone. Magic is waiting on you. Hello. Is that or is that not like what I said? Because we're just talking through me. I don't know what that's about, Chelsea, but I hope that served you. And again, if none of that makes sense, hold it, because I read the future too. Crystal clear visions. Past, present, future. You know that though. You've been here a while, haven't you? I know you don't always talk, but I know that you spoke a while ago. Right. Tini, would love a card. I'm new here watching from Australia. Hello, welcome. All the way from Australia. So is it the morning there right now? I'm assuming it will be. I've had people I've worked with in the past that have been Australia and New Zealand and stuff, and it's doable, but it can be kind of tricky. It's a shame. It can be even kind of tricky to just keep in touch, full stop. So again, love to my New Zealand and Australian previous soul sisters or clients or anybody. Actually, I've got people in my personal life that I've connected in that way, but it's mind you, when I'm a bit of a weird with times. That's what's good. If it's possible to have a card, I'll take one to it. Right, okay, I've done that. Right. Oh, and thank you for that as well, Chelsea. I didn't know you could send stickers. I'm in London. Yeah, I thought that. Yeah, that was good of me to remember that. That was the guys. Right, Tani, I'm going to get to you. I'm just going to scroll just to make sure. I've been to the zoo 3 times in the past month or so. Oh my God. All right. So, I mean, you know what I mean? How the hell are you going to, what animal are you going to pick out? Do you know what I mean? Hello, Gretchen. How are you doing? Would you like a card, Gretchen? Wednesday morning, 7:34. So weird, isn't it? Talk about timeline shifts. It's just so weird how it's different times all over the world. Thank you. I'll get my pen and paper out. I appreciate you taking the time to respond and read for me. You're very welcome. Oh yes, it sure is. I'm a night owl. I never sleep. Right. See how all the fun. It's funny about me talking about owls on that session, and then you're saying night owl, and I think I'd said night owl too. So right. See. So, Tani, what have we got for Tani? And if, by the way, if at any point I'm not pronouncing people's names right, please tell me, because that's one of my pet hates. I don't like when I'm not saying people's names. Hey, do you know what is kind of? I've seen that. Do you know what is quite cool about this? It's like counting up the money in the corner. Ah, right. Now I see why people do that. Right, I'm going to get creative with this, right? Because although I only ever do people's, because I explained this before, I was just really transparent about it, right? It's so annoying. Some months, if I don't get over the amount like that's needed for them to release it, I don't get the money, and I have to wait till like the next again month, and it's just pennies anyway. Again, I'm grateful for whatever anybody gives, but it's not, you know, it's like enough to cover like my mobile phone bill or something. But it's kind of like, even that would help a lot if I could, you know. And the thing is, it doesn't really take a lot, because it's kind of like put it this way, like when I'm guided to do stuff like that, I do it too, you know, like whether it's through like what people do with me, like memberships I'm guided to, or like or I've definitely done that over the past, but I still do it now, and like, or like one-off donations, or most of the time, like, you know, book a session. So it just depends what I'm going to do. But the thing is, if people actually start to do that a bit more, like as a community, then I'm going to, when there's more people, I'm going to do more cool things, like give away like a whole ass session. Do you know what I mean? I don't know why I said ass session. It's not an ass session, but it's kind of like I could give away like a big proper set, like, you know, the big ones that are a lot of money. And I just, you know, and the guys, God, Spirit will pick the, you know, somebody that really needs it. But I can't start doing that right now. You know, I'm excited to do stuff like that, but I might do some of the more smaller stuff though. But that's what's kind of cool about this, because I've worked out that if, you know, like basically even but basically I'm not just going to, I don't know. I'll try and work this out, because it really doesn't even mean a lot. Like I could, like, I think I would only need to earn about that 3 times in a month, and then that, along with the membership, that would get me over it, and that would just, even that would be great. You know, it's better if it's even more than that. Like, but it's because that can subsidize the money that I spend on the cards for us as a community. Because I did buy another deck earlier, but in fairness, I haven't bought a deck for ages, and it is to do with what I'm doing in the membership. So the people in the membership will find out. I might use them in public, but I'll use them there first. But it's a beautiful gift that you have. Thank you very much. Right, okay, so what have we got for Tani? But no, that's quite cool how it's counting up in the corner. Right, so Lord Ganesh, infinite abundant. Oh, look, that came out for someone else. So this is, like you said, I'm getting excited again, because it's like there's just a huge energy right now of this miracle shit, this miracle timeline. So it's like, if you're kind of buzzing a little bit and you're experiencing beyond miraculous things, you know, whether you look, I cringe a little bit when it's like, oh, I'm in the 5th dimension, because it's like, you know, I'm a lot higher than the 5th dimension. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's no an ego high. I'm just being serious. It's like, I'm quite high frequency. Like, it's kind of, you know, it's, I have to kind of tone it down a little bit for people to understand what I'm fucking saying. But it's kind of like, wherever you're at, consciousness-wise, and this sort of blissful Christ consciousness energy, because I was talking about this with someone on Ascension, we'll all, on a, that's like Ascension, I meant to say Ascension this week, but it's kind of like, wherever you're at, people like myself, and it's not just me, but people like myself that have been anchoring in these codes of the new earth. With me talking like this, I'm wondering, is this really, do you kind of talk like this, or do you at least understand this? Because again, I talk like this fairly often, but it's just interesting with me going into so much detail there. I'm wondering if that's really your sort of, your vibe as well. Like, I'm a divine feminine that's here to anchor in the codes of the new earth, and it can get very lonely, and I get isolated a lot by God because of the stuff I go through. And then it helps me help other people. Like, for instance, the person that just had a massive timeline jump that I've helped last night, and it was literally overnight, like you said, overnight prayers, and like this fucking, and it was a miraculous turnaround, right? Like, it's kind of like, because I've been in that energy for years now, and like I said, it's like I've been in it alone, but I'm not, you know what I'm saying? It's like I still have people around me in the physical, but they don't get a lot of stuff. Like, I don't talk about all this shit with like a lot of people around me, because they don't get it. Do you know what I mean? I just don't. So like, that's why I'm grateful for my soul family, you guys, and it's my eyeliner going under my eye. And it's you know what I mean? Like, and I've been quite good at it though. Like, the whole 10 years I've done this, like mainly on Facebook, and I've been on here the past, like, what, 5 years or something. I've been on here 10 years, but I was kind of fucking about the other 5 years. I was scared to do it. Like, I'm just doing it. That's why I'm good at helping other people that are the same. Anyway, that's basically what I'm feeling. You're kind of same. You get this. So I'm feeling, you know, on the other side of the world, you're doing your bit to anchor in that energy. And, you know, the guides are thanking you for that, you know what I mean? And they've guided you here. And I feel that things might get a bit easier for you, and thanking you for doing your work. I also wonder if you're connecting with elephants a lot. Obstacles are being removed. Spiritual support and connections are increasing. And again, part of the spiritual support is you being guided to this amazing soul family, because it's not just being guided to me. Like, this is an amazing community that more people need to find, you know? And like I said, I'm not in a huge rush for it, because if you see the start of this live stream, it was kind of hilarious. For 4 minutes of it, it's unlisted, so we're really going to lose people, because it's like me talking to myself, and I'm like, wait a minute, there's nobody here. But even that was part of the message, because be careful what you wish for. I was like, oh, I don't want to go on and there's hundreds of people. I'm not used to it. It's overwhelming. And there was nobody there because I'd accidentally done it unlisted, but it was part of the message. Careful what you wish for. Equally, if you're like putting out there, I'm ready for my twin flame. I've done the work. I'm ready to have this chat, blah, 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 or whatever. Maybe, is this where you're at? Why am I saying that? I'm a twin flame healer. But it's kind of like, whatever it is, for whoever's resonating with this, I'm still in euthany though. It's kind of like, be careful what you wish for because you just might get it. If the other person is in alignment and everything's are aligning and the same, you know what I mean? Boom, things will happen. Be careful what you put out there. So anyway, let me just see what. God, that all flooded through like really quickly. Yeah, I get you. I understand. And yep, I talk like you. Felt it. I knew it. See, I just feel it from people. You know what I mean? I've never met you in my life. We've probably known each other in past lives, but I felt it. I've been alone and in bad depression. Oh no, I've been alone in bad depression. Well, I'm so glad you found us because although this is in public, I have got a weird skill that my soul brother was admiring earlier. I mean, he says that to me a lot, but it's kind of like the protection that I have around the channel is insane. I do, don't be fooled by me just jumping on it. Like I do a lot of, not a lot, it takes me like fucking 2 minutes, but I call on that protection before I come on here. And occasionally you'll see me actually say on here what I say. I mean, if you watch my journeys, I just basically say something like that. And yeah, it can, people often get in a big, deep heart to hearts and they can forget it's in public. But it's because if we were in an actual physical circle, we'd be able to, hold the talking stick or the feather and connect like that. So I very much create that energy. But with the practical awareness that, yeah, we can have hate and fucking lurkers, but all we can do is kind of hate and lurk. You know what I mean? And if they're too cheeky, they'll get fucking spanned duty here. Do you know what I'm saying? So anyway, I'm glad you found us because it's lovely energies that come together here. Friendly, you know what I mean? If anyone's like, if I sniff like, a snake in the grass, although I like snake medicine, I work with snake medicine because it's, it's Scorpio energy. But snake can also, it's sometimes when I see a snake, it's Scorpio energy. Sometimes it's like, a snake in the grass, literal. But it's kind of like, if a cat amongst the pigeons, all these kind of sayings, like I'm good at feeling that out, and we don't get that. It's not that we've never had it, but it doesn't come up a lot. I nip it in the bud. I love helping others. I wish I could do what you do to help more, but I work with health. I need more people like you. I'm waiting. What do you mean you work with health? Is that what you do for your work? I'm waiting for something to give me peace and to finally be happy. I'm 40 and been through hell. I hear you, sister. I'm 41 and I do attract a lot of people. So when was your birthday? I do attract a lot of people that are either going to be 40 this year, are 40 already, or are 41. I attract a lot of 1984 and 1985. Because I'm 1984 and hope I'm remembering it right, and my twin flame is 1985. But I do attract a lot of people on that. And again, loads of older people and younger people too. Lots of people that are like in their Saturn return right now. Like, the around the 27-year-olds, 20 or whatever age you all are. I will definitely watch and become a member. I feel I was meant to be here. Oh, that is beautiful. Well, thank you. A health worker at a hospital, 26th January 1985. All right. So it was right as soon as the year kicked off. Well, very happy belated birthday. You'll be joining the 41 club in not too much time. 41's better than 40. The thing is, I'm not being funny. So I'm gathering you've not had the best of 40th years. Mine was terrible. It was, I'm just saying, I think there wasn't anything there wasn't massively anything bad that happened. I'm sure I could think of a few things actually, but it's the year before was fucking shit. The birthday wasn't, but other things that were just beyond hell. But my actual my 39th was fun. My friend made a wee fuss of me, and then the whole fucking year just went downhill. But it's yeah, my 40s was shit. Do you know what I mean? So I'm just sharing that for the people out there. You feel like you need to, make a big deal about it. You know what I mean? I only ever had a party once, my 30th, and I was awkward as tits. I remember someone giving me the mic to make a wee speech, and I was just like, so awkward. And then thank God, somebody put the tunes on and we just got that. I was like, this is just no. And I think I would be the exact same now if I had to do something like that. So it's funny, isn't it? I could do it on here and speak to like whoever fucking people that I know, people that I don't fucking know, people that like me, people that love me, people that fucking hate me. I could do this, but I'm like, no, I don't want to be the center of attention at a party, thanks. So I will be chewing my straw looking at the ground, not making eye contact with the hot men. So, wanting to, but like, I would rather die than look at that man. Kithune, Cloak of Wisdom. Oh my god, that's a bit strong, but that's what I used to be like when I was like, Cloak of Wisdom, you already know the answer you seek. Trust what you know. Like, I was like that when I was out on Friday too, do you know what I mean? Like, I was just, I'm dancing. I'm not making eye contact with any of these. I nearly said the C word, but Mavitar Bavaji, soul expansion. Your consciousness is expanding. You understand the connections between all things. So you already know the answer you seek. Trust what you know, right? And again, I feel this is very much about you being. I feel your galactic guides. Sorry for saying guides so much, but I feel your galactic guides guided you here tonight, because you're feeling like that. Because there's other amazing, lovely people on YouTube too, but we're glad that you're guided to us. And maybe you will find some of the other people too. So I feel to get some of these. I got a 20-year-old and a 9-year-old and been through hell with the father, but yes, my 40th was crap. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. I wonder this is another fucking thing we're throwing in the mix here, but are you on the twin flame journey? Because I'm a twin flame healer. So for the past decade, the only people that are guided to book like the paid sessions with me are twin flames. So, and predominantly the other weird thing is it's mostly the masculine energy. So a lot of females are in the masculine energy, and although we have both, but they're predominant, their first sort of go-to is logical, analytical sort of mind, and a few males that are in the masculine energy too, as well as a few males that are in the feminine energy. So when you're saying you have no idea, is that to the twin flame thing? Because that's okay if it is. You'll soon work out if you're meant to know what that's all about. But I don't know, I'm kind of feeling with what you're saying there, I'm feeling I feel you're like a masculine, but again, you'll work that out. Nature's Allies, nourished with flower, herb, and mineral helpers came out. I wasn't even using that deck. By the way, was there anyone else that hasn't had a card yet? That was me at my 21st. I was shy. See, yeah, I knew I was telling that story for a reason. They made me tell that because that's what I was like. I think I was guided here too. I truly do. Yeah, it's so weird. Like, we all usually have the same group of people. We have lurkers that are loyal. Oh, thanks, Gretchen. Thanks for saying. That are loyal, lurking lurkers. And there's a difference. You're the loyal, loving lurkers. That's a lot of L's. And then we've got the people that are loyal to lurking that are haters. We love you too because you're adding to the views. Oh my god, I rhymed. But do you know what I mean? It's kind of like with a Leo midheaven, you just attract it. Do you know what I mean? I just got to take it. I've just got to take one for the team. It's just a thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've got Pluto, 0 degrees Pluto in the 12th house. 12th house is hidden enemies. People like to hate me, even when there's not a reason. Do you know what I mean? Which is why a lot of the time, unfortunately, always, thank God, I'm grateful that there are pockets of the internet that I guard that are very sacred to me. And even some, sadly, that I'm not in anymore because it's went the way that I'm talking about it. People go weird on me. It's when you've elevated your consciousness to a certain state. There's only, it's only other people that are kind of at that level, if you're in their thing, that can handle that. So my guides only sort of let me hang around in spaces where people protect their community in the same sort of way. So like I said, I'm so grateful that like I said, it's like literally one hand, and actually I can only think of one person I'm thinking right now. But there's other people I like watching, but there's not too many places where I would be like intimately sort of talking. But I'm grateful, I can think of one place right now, but it used to be more than that. But that's kind of what it gets like. It's a bit lonely out there, whether you want to call it, being part of the 144 chosen ones, or whatever you want to call it, and all that. It is real. Like I said, you just get it if you get it. But everybody's welcome. But you know what I'm saying? It's real. There's some people that attract a little bit more jealousy and hatred just for being you, being happy and healing and wanting to heal and knowing that you're never fully healed. And I love continuously looking at my own shadow side and integrating that and helping others and, you know, being in that energy and being honest when I'm not feeling happy in that too, which would be, like I said, 9 out of 10, if I'm really not in a good place, I'm best just to isolate and spend the time. Like that can often be when the moon's in 12th house. Like I'm feeling really happy tonight, but I might be fucking feeling like flat as a fucking pancake because I've been fucking like away up here tonight. But either way, even if I'm still quite happy watching my reality TV and eating like the goodies that I got, because I thought, do you know what? I've just tried all fucking year to like really not lose weight, release weight. By the way, when I'm saying this about me, some of this could still be fitting with you, Tony, but it's kind of like I've tried so hard to release the weight, and it was like I said, it shifted a little bit. I thought, fuck it, I just, you know, I love myself unconditionally anyway, and I feel comfortable, and I made sure I was looking good, and I had a great night. I was dancing until 5 in the morning. Mission accomplished. I also did not shed a tear. That is a sign of big healing as well. If you know what I was like last year, you'll get what I'm saying. I was crying in the bath at probably 6 in the morning. If we got it was nowhere near that because we had to come home early. I was crying in the bath in the morning, and I'd woke up and I was thinking it was a bit of a mess. I don't drink, by the way, but when I do drink, that's what happens. But clearly not, because there, you know, that's a sign of we learned from our karmic lessons. You know, I didn't want to get like that again. Didn't want to ruin my best pal's night, and I didn't. She was more drunk than me. But even she's the kind of person that, see, even when she's drunk, it doesn't even seem like she's drunk. But she was a wee bit more drunk than me. She even admitted that. I could see when she was done, I was like, you want to go home, eh? I was like, I could keep on dancing right till the 5, but we could go home. You know what I mean? I was out dancing the younger ones. There was at one point, somebody came up to me and they were like, you know, really trying quite hard. And I was like, look, mate, not only am I old enough to probably be your mum, for all I know, I could be your granny. Do you know what I'm saying? I was like, what age are you? I was like, 41. He was like, I'm only 29. I was like, still too young. I was like, just you dance over there. And then my pal's like, I've got a 16-year-old. Do you know what I mean? And she's fucking married. Beat it. Do you know what I mean? We're just out to dance. Do you know what I mean? Oh, that's Saturn in the first house. I've acted like that the whole time. I've been single for 22 years and I act like I'm fucking married. Do you know what I mean? It's weird. But again, like I've said before, I worked that one out. Oh my fucking God. Not only was I with someone that was, you know, karmic, and anyway, we'll not go into that before when I was very young, and kind of like was accusing me of doing all this shit that I was never doing, that obviously he was doing. But anyway, we forgive that and release it and let it go, you know what I mean? But it's kind of like I met my twin flame when I was very young, and his energy has cock blocked me. Do you know what I mean? So fuck you very much. Do you know what I mean? But I would be like that anyway because of the Saturn and Scorpio. I'm just like, I'm all or nothing. It needs to be like, you know, ride or die, best friend, mad, passionate, extraordinary love, or I don't want it, thanks. I'll wait until that person turns up, if they ever fucking do. But I'm not just going to fucking settle for some fucking random. What do people think? You actually just, oh, I've waited my whole life to go out tonight to meet the love of my life. Oh yeah, you random guy that's skulking about dancing on your own. Like that, in all seriousness, that's what made me a bit sad. Like as it started getting towards the end of the night, there was a few guys, like they were actually nice looking guys, but they were like dancing on their own, clearly just like looking for a bird at the end of the night. And I'm just like, that's kind of depressing. Do you know what I mean? And I'm just like, I was like, I'm not going to go up to them and be like, why are you on your own? Or why? But you just kind of wonder, like, why were there guys just like dancing about on their own? Like, do you know what I mean? I'm being serious. I just kind of wonder what's going on with it, like a bit of a coping mechanism. But I thought, I'm not here to be fucking counsellor, healer, Claire. I'm going to keep dancing S Club 7, which, by the way, it never came on. I was raging. I was waiting all night for S Club 7 to come on. But Renee, if you're still here, your song that reminds me of you came on. Pink Pony Club. I'm going to keep on dancing at this Pink Pony Club. Can't remember the rest of the words. And my best friend was like, what the fuck is that? I was like, have you never heard it? Oh, I know. I've heard it. I was like, I'm only joking. I hadn't heard it either. And it was someone in my membership. I only saw what it was when you put off a shorts. And then my niece in the garden about a month ago was like, can you put on the Pink Pony Club? I was like, what? She was like, put on the Pink Pony Club. And I was like, oh, wait a minute. I think that might be that song that Renee liked. I put on my Spotify. So, yeah. It's just a bit of a funny song, isn't it? It's just like not really about anything. But yes, there was a few other interesting things that happened. There was definitely, again, I'm willing to be wrong here. Anyway, I'll go into that story if it comes up. But there's definitely a few interesting things that happened. So How? Wait a minute. What bit? Sorry, what was this bit too? I was in my wee world telling that story. So how do I find out? Well, this is how you find out if you're on the twin flame journey. Hang around here, because whether I like it or not, it's my soul's calling, and it has been like for the past 10 years professionally, but even beyond that, when I think I was, always having stories about people with similar connections and people like this. Go for a massage, someone's telling me a story that's similar to mine. So, well, not similar to mine because mine is crazy. Everyone's got a crazy like fart. This is what I always notice, right? People that are true twin flames, it's like you'll think that your story is so far out there nobody's could like match it, and that will be true, but simultaneously so's everyone's. Like it's like if you're a real true twin flame, it's like unbelievable kind of, the way, especially ones that are the way in which you like reunite and stuff like that, or if you're still in separation, all the things that have happened. But yeah, the way you find out is just hang around and you'll see me talking about it a lot, whether it's on a live or recorded. It's a bit different this month because I'm more focused on the membership just now, helping them do a detox and declutter of the mind, body, soul. But yeah, so I'm just showing up and doing anything. Do you know what I mean? Just keeping it open because we hadn't done that for a while. I'd been focused on the dramatic twin flame stories, but they always find a way of creeping in. It'll come basically now that I've mentioned it. If it's meant to cut across your path, it will. Sorry, right, I'm going to get to Gretchen in a minute. I'm just going to pull one more card for her. I'm still lurking. Good. Let the haters hate because they keep our name in their mouths and free publicity for you. Yeah, but you see, the kind of haters I think they do. I think people I think those kind of depends what we're talking about here. If it's online, I've seriously got a few online stalkers, like male and female. More so the female, and just people that will say they're not and they are, whatever. Again, I always just send love for people to heal with whatever. I hope that people aren't that. Yeah. And it's kind of like, but if it's more kind of local, like I don't even really like to go there and that kind of stuff because again, that's either any of it's sad as fuck. Because like you say, if people are talking about what you know what I mean, why are you watching if you don't get it? Like it's, but. I'm so much like you. It's crazy to meet someone so far away who I'm like, yeah, no, I did sort of feel like with that energy. Yeah, I was feeling crap before only because I lost my 15. Oh my God, I'm so sorry to hear that. I lost my 15-year-old nephew last week to suicide. It's been a tough week and I've had to just be strong for the family. Oh my God. Again, it's one of those things where all I can really say is I'm so sorry and, well, you probably saw me saying that, but if you didn't, I'm a shaman, but I'm a medium as well. And again, I know I read out that word. I don't think we're meant to say. It's so ridiculous that we're not meant to say that word. Well, I'm not meant. I think it's all right writing it, but I'm not meant to say it on here. I'm meant to call it that stupid thing that I refuse to say. But that is actually in the spirit world. That is one of the main ways in which I could, people that have passed that way. I do pick up on that a lot. So I'm just sort of saying to you, it's obviously far too soon, but you never know. So again, don't be telling me his name or anything. You never know. He might come in and give you that reassurance. Even on this, like I'm not even being funny. I'm not in control of that. I don't like it. My counsellor, therapist side really disagrees with that. I'm like, whoa, give people time to grieve. But they're like, no, fucking, I'm coming in to talk. Do you know what I mean? So, none of that. And I always just remember when one of my best friends, sadly, lost her best friend because I'd met that person another sort of way, and I hadn't met this girl or anything. And long story short, this was quite a few. I don't know how many. This was quite a few years ago now. And anyway, her friend had went that way, and so she'd come to see me because she's very open to all of this and everything, and she's good at it too. And basically, I started picking up her friend right away. And like I said, I'd never even met her or anything. And I was her personality, everything. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is too soon. And she was like, no, Claire, please don't stop. Because what you're telling me is lifting the grief and everyone has that kind of, I wonder if there's anything I could do, or I wonder if there's anything I could have said. And whenever I don't know what I said now because it wasn't me. The girl was talking through me. I know it's weird, but that's what happens. Not with all mediums. Some mediums are just talking to you. They talk through me because I'm a medium and a shaman. Sometimes they're beside me, but most of the time they talk through me. And that's what happened. And it happens on here all the time too. 144, just got guided to 144. You're part of the 144. I'm sure you knew that though. So as my friend talked about, and it's kind of like, but yeah, I just always remember. So if my friend is like, watching this at some point, like, it's that helped me because it helped me remember that actually when that happens, the spirit world are in charge of that, and it's, you know what I mean? People need to know. So yeah, if he's meant to come through, he will. So I always respect if people don't want to hear, then they'll know. Exactly. There's a reason why they're by themselves. Pink Pony Club. Oh well, I think I'm in the right group. Yes, you absolutely are. Oh wow, amazing. I won't say his name. That would be my family, as they never shut up when they were here. So I can only imagine how they'd be over that. Yeah. Whenever I first started going to mediums, like I went quite young when I was like 18, 19, because I've said this before, but I'm going to say it again. The very first medium I went to was a man. Is that true? Because I went, yeah. He was the very first one I went to, and he told me that I was going to meet a tall, dark, handsome stranger, and I'd literally just split up with my boyfriend, and I was kind of, what I mean, it was one of them things where it's kind of like, oh, we're going to get back together, it's just like fucking trauma bonded. But I did meet a tall, dark, handsome stranger, and that's my twin flame. So do you know what I mean? It's kind of like, my story is quite interesting because it's like, yeah. And then I actually met that medium again. When was that? Before the pandemic. I think it was like 2019, and I randomly saw him again in a spiritualist church, and he and then he told me something else again. So yeah, that was weird. Could you imagine like going to a medium when you're that young and then seeing them again like all that time later? But obviously I've got a connection with that guy. He's so down to earth, and that I don't think he does personal readings anymore. He just remembered me. And his guides did. Like, they'd remembered what they'd said even about my twin flame, but I'm not telling you the rest of it. Maybe I can't remember, maybe I can. But yeah, mediums always say to me, oh, they're turning up like a truckload. Good mediums will pick up that I'm a medium too. If they don't pick up that I'm a medium and a shaman, it's kind of like, you know what I mean? Because my energy is so high, it's kind of like, oh wow, that's amazing. I wish I could tap more into it, but I'll know when I'm meant to. I'm an Indigenous Australian and my bloodline are healers, but I haven't done it yet. Well, again, maybe that's why you're guided here too. If you ever feel like doing a personal session, we can dig into that. But you've just arrived, so lurk a little and see. But people get their first session at my old price, so you can check out what that is on all the posts. I usually put it in the comments. Yes, that's meant to be for sure. You had the connection, right? Okay, so let's get some of these cards. And then, sorry, Gretchen was next, wasn't she? So is anyone else wanting a card before I go? Because I'll probably go soon. So thank you, people, for helping me get through the weirdness of live streaming vertically. Because like I said, whenever I've attempted to do it before, wasn't a fan. But this is, I don't like it as much as horizontal, to be honest. But sorry, it just keeps sounding dirty every time I'm saying that. It's like, oh, anyway, moving on. So look, you are indeed one of my kind. So I pulled this at the, oh no, did I pull that in the membership? I pulled that in the membership, never mind. But again, maybe you're meant to be in the membership. But I pulled that in the membership, and I was just saying that especially people that are the Blu-ray beings, like, there's huge activations, downloads going on right now, and we're here to help people get used to these new energies. And especially if, like I was saying, it's like when you have the kind of amazing timeline shift that person had today, and then like I feel like I've jumped with them, it can take a while to actually believe that this is happening to you. Do you know what I mean? Like, even good stuff. I feel like I'm channeling as well. Like, it's like the people that actually physically come into their union, and you've been in years of hell and interference, and this person thinking you're the fucking devil, and then waking up and realizing, oh my god, that was the people, person or a few people around me that were making me think that person was doing something wrong, and they were trying to help. This is usually the way it goes, kind of thing. You know what I mean? It's, imagine when you actually get that moment of physically, the fated meeting, because I did keep pulling that cards towards the weekend. So the fated meeting, can happen whenever, and I do feel these fated meetings are very close for people that have done the work to get there. But it's all divine timing. You'd probably need to pinch yourself. Like, is this actually happening? Direct divine expression, bridge between dimensions. So notice how I was saying that. Now, that's funny because I was going to tell another story. It was because I was specifically remembering when I was on Facebook, and there was a woman, she was showing her artwork, because she does like spiritual artwork, and it was she instantly tuned into me and she was like, you know, you're a medium, but you're more than that, like you're like a bridge between heaven and earth. And basically she was describing what a shaman is, and I was amazed because it was like this, it was only like fucking 5 minutes or something, and she was very humble, you know, she was more, you know, putting her artwork out there, and she just some now and again does a few cards, and I was like, fucking hell. But yeah, I really do feel, you know, you could be like a Blu-ray being as well. So I don't know if you know too much about that, but and I feel as a child you were like an indigo child, so you're an indigo adult, to inspire heart dialogue, action, passion, community. And look, you've been guided to the community. Love it. See, if nothing else, that's what good came out of it. You were guided to this because we're on the hello Karen, how are you doing? We're on the vertical. You might not have found us if we were doing it the normal way because they hide me. You're amazing, and thank you for making me smile. Well, thank you so much, and you're so welcome. I'll be looking into this more. Right. So yeah, and again, I'm sending you lots of love because yeah, I'm so sorry to hear about your loss. Gretchen. So sorry, Gretchen. Gretchen, you know, I have to say, there's something at the last time I done this. It was kind of like, I think your cards might have been at the bit where I was either getting tired or I was getting overwhelmed, and you had to do the same thing where you had to be like, you had to stand up and be counted. So I feel there's a bit of a theme there about you having to stand up and be counted or like claim space. So I'm sorry if that is genuine, but so what is it that's happened, Karen? I'm just being discerning, guys, because like, you know, obviously when I'm out there and I see things out there, what is this, something that's in the news or something? If this is genuine, don't be asking me stuff like that because I'm actually very good at that, and especially when we're about going to Scorpio moon, and I don't even want to tap in. I don't want it again. But if that's genuine, I'm praying that justice comes about because we're in a Libra moon. If it's genuine, I don't know because, you know, I'm going to trust that you're genuine. You are genuine? Are you genuine? You're feeling kind of genuine. I have to check. Please, people, don't be offended if I kind of do, because, you know, people can come on saying kind of, and California, right? I'll look into that. Well, I'll absolutely pray about it. And oh, wait a minute, I don't think I have seen anything about that. I'll absolutely pray that some kind of justice comes to light and that they find the child alive and well. Oh, 7 months, that's... Oh, isn't it? Oh, right, so he's already been... Oh, right, sorry. Do you know what? Again, I was being open-minded anyway, but sorry for even, you know, suspecting that you might have been... Basically, I don't know if you were getting that, Karen, but I was trying to work out if you're a troll. But I've just Googled it and I've seen that there is stuff about that. I haven't even seen anything about this. So, you know, now that you've brought it to my attention, again, I don't like it, but you have brought it to my attention. I might... something might come to me. I can't guarantee, but something might come to me a dream. Especially because right now I think it might already be there. If the moon is in my 12th house, oh my god, yeah, missing parents of California baby arrested on suspicion of murder. Oh no, I'm seeing the wee picture. You were meant to bring that to my attention, by the way, because it's 11:11 as well. You were meant to bring that to my attention because every now and again, it is very sad. Every now and again, I have been led to... Again, I don't really want to go into it too much, right? Because this is so Scorpio moon, but this is kind of like... I'm not going... It was a very, very famous case. It happened a few years ago now. Quite a few years ago now. But I don't like watching true crime, right? I'm get totally freaked out by it, right? Totally freaked out. Some of you might be freaked out by things like mediumship and blah blah blah. Plenty of people are. In fact, most people that tune into me aren't. Although some people are watching, they'll be kind of like, "What the fuck? How did she do that?" But I'm scared of stuff like that because it's real. And basically, when it comes to anybody doing anything like, you know, murders and all that, especially when it's anything to do with children, whether it's, you know what I mean, like all of that stuff is just, you know, nobody is going to be comfortable with stuff like that. And it's kind of like, because a huge part of my purpose is to put, no, it's okay. I'm glad you told me that, because I feel you've told me so that I can pray for that situation, so that we all can, you know, do that as a community. But yeah, I've got very special guides, child guides, that, like, you know, help me with children that are alive and in the spirit world. So, and even with like famous cases and that like this, it's kind of, I've had kind of a lot of experiences like that with, like, basically what I'm trying to get at is I randomly started watching this true crime thing, and I got quite deep in it, and I watched it all, and I was absolutely horrified. All I'm going to say is be careful when you meet people on the internet, because that couple met, there's been a few things like that. That couple met on the internet, got married and had a few kids, and then you might even know what one I'm talking about. Let's not even mention it, because it's just so dark. I just couldn't even get my head around how somebody could do that to their own children. Like, yeah. But anyway, point was, I was guided to, like, I don't tell people things like this all the time. That's why I think the moon has already moved into my 12th house, because it's like secrets. But I've said this once before, I think. But it was like I was guided to do, like, it was like I was to free these two wee girls' souls, so that they were able to, like, you know, be at peace in the spirit world. And it was kind of like, it was kind of weird, you know, because I thought, oh my god, like, I don't even know them, and I've just found this random story. But the reason is that whenever something like that happens, it's uncomfortable, but it was obviously meant to, because I can handle stuff like that more than most. Like, say somebody's telling a story about something pretty gruesome, if it's real, like, it's weird. I'm very sensitive, but I can also handle that, because unfortunately I have to listen to things like, you know, we're like childhood trauma and difficult things. And what's even more complicated is when if anyone's in hypnosis, and, you know, I'm not going to go too deep into this, but this is for somebody this might you know, apply to, if you're wondering the kind of things and why I don't go into so much detail. People can tell you a lot of things in that state, and they don't remember what they've said. Sometimes they might have an idea, but I'll know. And that's how robust and strong I am, basically, to be able to hear that stuff. And then I transmute it, and I never mention it again to the person. And if they bring it up to me, I will. But I don't mention, because we've cleared it, we've released it. And that's the kind of, you know, amazingness of, you know, being able to clear stuff like that. But you have to be brave enough to go there. And what I have to say to people is you do have to go back to these traumatic moments and feel it, even just for a little bit. And then trust me that we release it. And it's the certain way that I do it. Like I said, it's a mixture. It's a mixture of my own type of soul retrieval. It's a mixture of hypnotherapy. It's a mixture of NLP. It's a mixture of shamanic healing, light code activating. It's just very hard. And then mediumship, mediumship comes into it too. Very hard to explain. The galactic guides, blah, 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 blah. But anyway, so thank you for telling us that, Karen. And like I said, it's no coincidences that, you know, the collective, 12 houses is the collective. And I do feel on a very deep level. And so, like I said, I would have saw it somewhere anyway. So that is really sad. I hope that justice comes about there. Empathic, yeah, absolutely. Yes, that would be so hard for you. Right, okay, so what have we got? And then, sorry, Gretchen, sorry, you had to wait again, but again, yeah. This energy tonight is interesting. Right, okay, so what have we got for Gretchen? Make it worth the wait, because she's had to patiently wait on her message. Shift sabotage. I've spoke about that a lot. Was it in here or the membership? I really don't know, guys. I don't know if we've been talking about in the membership, in the first level of the membership, the second level of the membership, where we're clearing energy, or in public. I really don't know, but it was somewhere. Shift sabotage. Enhance awareness of subconscious patterns. So again, Gretchen, you know, you might consciously know where it is you self-sabotage, or again, I'm sorry, I think it might be happening again. I think they're talking about your twin flame, because it's like I'm getting all, like, yeah. So that's what I'm feeling. It's like obviously there's always somewhere where we are self-sabotaging, but I feel I'm tuning into your twin flame. So I'm going to go to these cards, and I wonder if the card about, I feel like the mother healing or the father healing card might come out. I will give you a message too, but I feel like oh, the future. I daydream about our future together, going on adventures and growing old together. I want it all. So I don't know if that was you, but I'm getting a strong feeling that I think maybe the last time when I done this for you, was it was a lot coming up about, because there was quite a few people in the chat about, well, just that, the avoidant kind of tendency, and definitely self-sabotage, because I can feel it when I'm sort of tapping into it, but it's like, behind it is, like this is, this sort of dream. And then I've pulled unclear. I don't know how I feel about this connection anymore. So again, like, it'd be really interesting, again, you don't need to tell us too much, but I'm wondering if, when was the last time you were in contact with him, or if you kind of have an idea, even just energetically tuning into him, which again, you're going to, because it's your twin flame. But it's like, I feel he's going through like quite a tough bit on his own awakening journey. And I feel like there's something about music that's really shifting him right now. So he could be listening to, I don't know whether it's like, songs that is the lyrics are hitting and it's making him think, like, it's really interesting. I'm getting like something like so specific about, like, say it's like, how you often get these songs and it does feel like it's about twin flames. And I'm not talking about that terrible one that's actually called Twin Flames or something by that other guy when he was dating one of the Kardashians that I'm pretty sure they aren't now because they weren't twin flames. It was trying to tarnish the twin flame thing. But it's like something like about, like, I don't know, but it's like I feel like, well, we're not going to know anyway, because it's like I feel like that's something he's doing in private. I listen to the music you shared with me. It helps me connect with you, although we're apart. Now, that could be specific, but I'm more feeling it's like something he's really connecting me listening to is making him think about this connection with you, ghosted. So again, I'm laughing, like, sorry, I laugh, but it's kind of like, that often that I feel with the last time we checked in with the people, it's like, that kind of fits with what I remember picking up on before, that, he's prone to do a runner, that, it's too intense and he'll be off kind of thing, or he might be the type that doesn't even come anywhere near you because it's so intense. I'm sorry I disappeared. I needed to get away and clear my head. So I'll give Gretchen a wee minute to reply there, and then I'll tune into your actual energy. But this is what happens. See, with true twin flames, and it's not all twin flames, but because it happens to me too. It's like, it's so annoying as well, because it's like, I now just kind of shut my mouth when it happens. But it depends. Like, if it was private, I would say. But a lot of time, like, very rarely when I allow somebody to read my energy, like, they'll not be reading my energy, they'll be reading his. And I'm like, I was actually wanting to know for me, and then I'm getting told all this stuff about like real specific details and that. I'm like, well, I know that ain't me, because I'm not going through that. So he wasn't going through it. And it's just, it's kind of nuts. And that's like, so I just accept that does happen. I tune into the soul, and true twin flames, you are the same energy. You're in two separate physical bodies, living your own separate lives that you've got to respect. You've got your own separate life, but you're the same energy. I'm sorry. I hate how much I've hurt you. I'm sorry for all the pain I've caused. You didn't deserve any of it. So I'm not going to pull any more of them, because, like, I don't know how much that's going to resonate. But missing you, I miss you. I wish things were different. Yeah, there's something, I feel like a lot of childhood stuff has come to the surface for him. And as that is happening, it's bringing up feelings of however he might have been with you, and really anything. So, Gretchen, are you still here? Like, right, so what have we got? What else have we got? That was kind of interesting. See, as I was saying, so remember, whenever I see anything to do with my twin flame, when I'm doing this, like the numbers that I connect with him are in, and it's a message for the general divine masculine. And I was going to say, I feel a lot of masculine energies going through kind of similar, like just huge heart awakening, deep feeling surfacing. And I looked down at my phone at his numbers. So So we're praying for all the masculines. But like I said, at least we know some of the divine masculines are getting good news out there, like the soul brother I helped earlier. So change of scenery, see the world with fresh new eyes. Ah, that's interesting. So that reminds me of, I think it's Andy Grammer in the song, is it called Fresh Eyes actually, or New Eyes? I've posted it a few times, but the whole song, it's like quite a cool wee catchy song, but it's like, so suddenly I'm in love with a stranger, I can't believe she's mine. I look at you with fresh eyes. Oh yeah, so like there is something in that. Oh my god, I feel like Gretchen's gone. We'll need to call her back to watch the replay. But it's like, do you know what I mean? If he's not already starting to spiritually wake up to this connection, or be more comfortable with coming a bit closer to it, it's going to happen. Your body knows. Listen to your body, learn how it speaks. And I feel that's like what I'm saying. It's like tune into your body and your intuition and what you feel might be going on there, and then you'll know whether this, you'll know how this is hitting for you. Right, is there anyone else that wants a message after this? Because it's not that late here. I mean, it's late, but it's not late. It's 11:30 and it's acceptable for me to watch celebs go dating. So I'd probably like to get off and watch it, because I didn't watch it last night because I was getting off the call at like 2 a.m. I thought that's a bit selfish. And it definitely would have been selfish if I'd done it when I spoke to someone till 5 a.m. Yes, this shit happens because I'm in shamanic time. Time to go there. Now this is, look. Oh, Karen, I haven't pulled you a card yet, have I? Would you like a card? Time to go there. What you're avoiding may be what is ready to move. So that's really interesting, because that is totally going to be where a lot of people, whether they like it or not, I feel there might be some shock and terror moments in that Scorpio energy. I can just feel it in my bones. So, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, there could be some interesting deep revelations, deep emotions. It's time to go there, because Virgo is discernment and getting down to nitty gritty, and so is Scorpio moon. So that combination would be really good at like looking at something, getting down the root problem and the details and healing it, because Virgo's also healing and Scorpio's getting the root problem. So it'd be a great time for a session. But guys, I'm not working the weekend, so I could do a session on Friday though, but I don't work Saturday, Sunday or Monday. I just did work yesterday because it was an emergency. But as you've seen from the story I told at the start of this, that was a hell to the heaven, yeah. Can you imagine? I was like, no, I'm not going to work Monday. I was like, I need to do this. I will. And often they don't let me work the Monday. Like if I agree to like work, it's like the person cancels or something happens. But that didn't happen because it was divinely, it was meant to. So again, I don't usually work on a Monday because it's the moon, it's connected to the moon, and I'm very much moved with the moon cycles and the days connected to the astrology and everything, and it's like moon Mondays are my day off, you know what I'm saying? But when that was an emergency. But it's time to go there. So again, Gretchen, it's kind of interesting. I feel like your message is merging with your twin flames. So again, like I'm saying, it's kind of weird. It's like I find it hard to discern what bits for who. So I'll trust that you do. Like I said, I'm sure I said that to you before. I think it's exactly what I've experienced on the receiving end, that people think they're reading me and they're reading him. Like I've had loads of experiences where someone's describing I'm in a dark night of soul in that, and I'm like, I went through my dark night of soul ages ago. You know what I mean? So, and I just like said that because I know how this works. I just take the message, but that hasn't happened for ages because, like I said, I don't really let people read my head. If I do, I trust them, and it's people that kind of know the connection. But nurturing touch. Allow yourself to be held in a caring hug. Yeah. So again, I just feel there's so much strong energy coming through. I feel it's for a lot of the collective too. I feel there's people going through some quite deep emotions, and sometimes a caring hug from the right person can heal a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? Can make it all better. It's true, isn't it? So, right, take Gretchen. I hope that you find that out. When I watch this back at some point, again, I don't always watch these back now. I can't be arsed. But yeah, I'll trust that Gretchen will watch this on replay. Right, so what have we got for Karen? And again, thank you for highlighting that about that wee baby in spirit, because I'll pray for his soul to be, you know, and you know, who knows, the other shamans and stuff might be, you know, but yeah, that's awful. Because when something horrific like whatever has happened, they can get caught up in the, you know, horrible. Animal wisdom. So be soothed and inspired by creature companions. So this is either about literal animals that might be around you, or I also sometimes call this the boring card, but you can see there's a wee cat in the middle of the card there. But it's like, you know, so you could connect with like big cat animals or have like a power animal that's, you know, of the cat fab. But sorry, I just burped there, clearing energy. If you're new to me, when I burp, it's when I'm clearing energy. But it's, you can look at what was, that's because that what you told me is really heavy, so that actually makes sense of what they're clearing. But it's like, yeah, there's something coming through here about the need to call on, you know, your power animal. That came through for somebody else in this, so that's coming through very strongly. You know, to remember to work with your power animals. It does make a difference. If you feel like you're, and I don't know, if you feel a bit scared or you're feeling like you need extra protection, they'll come around you if you ask them to. So remove the splinter. See how it's kind of a similar one to what I just spoke about. Remove the splinter. Locate the core of the issue. Help is available to you. So that is exactly what I just said there about the Virgo Sun, Scorpio Moon that we're going to have, you know, coming up towards the end of the week. It's the perfect energy to get very honest with yourself and face up to some kind of healing that you might need. Or it might be that you're noticing somebody else. I feel like as well, although this hopefully is speaking to you in some way, I mean, I just know that I'll either be speaking to you, or what I'm feeling is there's someone around you that you might be noticing struggling, that you might be noticing them get to that point of not being able to be in denial about something. And actually, I pulled the card denial in the membership earlier. So I love animals. Glad to hear it. So do I. You've been drawn here for a reason. I love, I look after I don't know if I'm looking after her this week actually. I look after my wee tiny dog pal. She's just the cutest. When I take her out a walk, it's like you can't get fucking 2 seconds. Someone's, oh my god, she's so cute. Can I have her? Do you know what I mean? She is really cute though. Optimum key. Move blocked life force, increase energy flow. Yeah, so there's a bit of a theme coming through there, Karen, about, I'm wondering, Karen, if it's about, you know, although like I said, I do feel there's no need to apologise, because I do feel that, you know, you were meant to tell me that just so that I could give it some, you know, even just give it a thought and pray. Because like I said, I pray every day for everyone on this channel, and definitely in the membership, but I pray for everyone on the channel, and then I'll keep that in my prayers as well. And but anyone watching this, you know, it'll make a difference. And it's like, even like I said, sadly, just for, you know, for the justice to come about there, because again, I'm going to need to look into more about what that's about. Again, I'm kind of like, because I do soak it up so much, I'm like, basically what I'm trying to get at is I feel you're a bit the same. It's really moved something in you, and I feel it's kind of like what I've said before about what my nana used to be like. She used to sit and cry at the news every day. You know, she was a Capricorn, so that's a very serious sign. And, you know, I don't want anyone to be like that, because it's not healthy, especially because on the news half the time they're lying. Not all the time, but a lot of the time they're lying about the actual truth of things. And it's kind of like they can harvest your energy that way. So I just kind of feel it's a bit of an intense message, but I feel there's something about, I don't know if you're familiar with like using things like sage or, you know, burning incense, or that. I just feel like you could benefit from, like, you know, smudging your energy, like from if you soak up either, you know, too much of that story, or just anything really that you hear, because there's so much going on in the world that, you know, I mean, we could all sit about crying all day long, and, you know, it's you've got to kind of know how to protect your energy with that, like taking it on. And, you know, like, I just, yeah, when you're a deep feeling person, I mean, fuck feeling person full stop, you know, it's going to touch you, but you've got to be able to sleep at night and stuff, you know what I mean? You've got to be able to protect your energy. And I've been through the time in my life, and trust me, I couldn't, some things like that, I can't switch off from, which is why I'm discerning. Hello V, how are you doing? I am from Scotland. Where are you from? Lastly, we've got creative expression. Let yourself be danced by the divine. In astrology or esoteric, oh my God, look at what I just said, India. I do weave astrology into everything I'm talking about, yes. So yeah. Protective bubble. So yeah, there's extra confirmation of, just be mindful that when you see things like that in the news, to call on, a protective white light, or call on your animal guides because that came out, or basically use your chosen method of clearing your energy. It could be sound, it could be listening to music, it could be smudging, it could be burning a wee candle with intention for that to clear your energy, but do something like that. Protective bubble, a sphere of rose light that only love can penetrate. Even like calling on something like, Jesus to come in and surround you with unconditional love. Let's see if Jesus comes out, but I just feel you can be quite deeply affected by stuff like that. Oh, look, yeah, it's not Jesus, but it's Paul the Venetian, experiencing grace. But look, see the big rose on his chest, Mary Magdalene and Jesus kind of vibes, like that unconditional love. Share your gifts of grace. Waves and inspiration and love are coming to you. Light activation, shine your light. Your internal guidance is coming through loud and clear. And like I said, I really do feel V, are you going to start being weird? Because if you start being a bit weird, I mean, we got this far, guys. So, what's okay? Yes, it's late here. I need to go. But anyway, is there anyone else that's wanting a card before I go? I'm kind of done, guys. I'm tired now. But yes, this was fun. Different kind of energy when I do it like this. But so I don't know. I mean, no more stupid chat from my side. Okay, well done for reining it in. Right, yeah, I'm gonna go. So I hope that people got something out of this. And like I said, I'll be a bit quieter tomorrow because I need a rest. And then I'll pop up with probably loads of energy Thursday night. If you want a session, I'd say, technically I could do a session with someone on Thursday afternoonish or night. You're very welcome. So yeah, I'm available for sessions Thursday and Friday, and then from next week it'll be Tuesday, Friday onwards. I'm just going to check actually. When it starts getting near that full moon in Pisces, which isn't yet, I'll be like, peace out. Not like that energy. Nah, that's like a week away. So yeah, Monday's the next. No, sorry, I'll be live on Thursday night, and then I'll be live on Monday night. All being well, I'll do mediumship Monday. And yeah, so please just all right, yeah, no, that's fair enough. Yes, I don't usually live stream vertically, but I did tonight, and it's it's a bit of getting used to. I feel it's a message for everyone though, to try new things. I don't know that I'll do this all the time, but I'll do it now and again. What was I going to say? But yeah, if you want me to go back to channeling the star signs, and star signs in the sense of, I have to say this for the new people, I know people that are here all the time know this. So if I start that up again, I'll start it on Thursday night, and I'll start Scorpio in the 8th house. Everyone's got Scorpio and an 8th house, and you might have Scorpio in the 8th house, and then you'd be extra sexy and a detective. But it's kind of like so that can make sense to anyone. And usually when I do them, I'm there for at least anything from 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 hours, because I just get lost in shamanic time. And so, yeah, if you want me to go back to them, I will. So far, like, only 2 people had voted. And people are always so polite around here, but I'm very proud of you for it. But people always, the vote usually always goes whatever you feel. So have we got a whole load of people that are very cool on board, aligned with my energy, or a whole lot of people pleasers? But no, yeah. So seriously, just like have your say and say what it is you like. But I think it is more that people just go with the vibe of Pluto in the 8th house of Scorpio, any significance. What, you have Pluto in the 8th house? Well, the significance is like that. Like I said, that would be like a super detective energy. But what sign is it in? What sign is it in? Doesn't really matter what sign it's in, but if it's in, because like I'm Pluto and Scorpio generation, so hello Barbie, I'm just leaving. Would you like a card before I go? Mars and Moon aspecting my 8th house, but what sign though? But that'll be where the interest in astrology comes from. Right, what have we got for Barbie before I go? Oh, right. So yeah, if any of my second level members are watching just now, obviously Lexi was cool with getting your twin. Oh, that's interesting because I felt like I was going to go to those cards. Happy birthday to your twin. Like what was I going to say there? Yeah, Lexi's going to get her cards on Thursday, and Charlotte, if you're watching this, you can get your cards in too. It feels so heavy. Oh, that's a shame. What age is he? I wanted to. I wanted to call him so bad, but Barbie. Right, look, Barbie. I'm not going to tell anyone what to do. All right, 44. Oh, that's, by the way, that is a very. I can't. Don't ask me why. I might research it and come back, or I will actually just sit and tune in before I research it. Depends. But for somebody, I remember 44 is a really. I think it's something astrologically. 44 is a really significant age. I'll be able to tell you soon enough. Fucking time flies that quickly. I'll be at it. But yeah, I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this has come up a few times, and well, every time, what do I say to you? If it's going to be soul crushing, if you message him and he pies you, maybe best not to do it. But people can be kind of busy on their birthday and that, and you can always just you can even just tell yourself, oh, he's busy. And so, do you know what I mean? Like, a birthday is a good time to, because you got to think, if you're feeling a heavy energy, that's where you've got to put your own fear and ego aside to be like, maybe they need me, and maybe just even receiving something from me, knowing that I was thinking of them, might heal a part of them. Like, you just don't know how dark a place someone's in. They might be feeling like nobody cares, or like nobody with substance cares. Because, you know what I mean? There's always like people that like know a shitload of people, but are any of them there actually in your darkest moments? Like, you know what I mean? Like lucky you if they are, but a lot of times that can be the case that people aren't. Mother wounds. My mother's a big influence on my behaviour now as an adult. I have challenges connecting with the divine feminine energy within me and externally. That's been coming up in a few of the collective. I daydream about our future together, going on adventures and growing old together. I want it all. The future. Your perfection, your beauty amazes me. I'm not sure I attracted someone like you. I'm forever grateful. That's kind of giving me that energy of, look, my fantasy. That's kind of giving me that energy when someone's like, but you're so perfect. Again, perfect doesn't exist, but that's what the card says. That I'm more comfortable having you in the future because the connections I've had with females have been unhealthy, and I'm not used to receiving that type of love. I'm channeling him, I'm not, because that was weird. You're my fantasy. I have pictures and videos saved of you. I'd use them for ... inspiration. I want you. Oh, I'm sure you are perfect. No, I know nobody's perfect, but it's I demonstrate that all the time. This can happen when your 6th house is having some trouble, or Saturn or Lord of the 12th house. Your explanation exactly matches interpretation of affliction. Well, thank you. Yes. I mean, the thing is, I just channel astrology. So my sun is in the 6th house. So I'm a very hard worker. I'm a very hard working healer, is basically what that would say. and I have to do it every day to, you know, to be of service. That was a very, I don't need to actually be live every day, although live is what people seem to prefer. But I mean, I'm fucking that. I don't know how the fuck people do that, by the way. Like, that's some serious Virgo shit out there that are able to do that. Like, I admire it, but like, it's I've done it before, and it just drives me in the ground. I'm like, nah. Like, and people do still think I'm live a lot, but it's like, nah, not. Anyway, beauty lies in imperfections. Exactly. Celebrate whatever you have. I'm here for it. Sun in the sixth house deals with super energetic everyday routine. Absolutely. That's me, especially because I'm an Aries. Um, right. Right. Okay. What else we got for Barbie? So again, Barbie, I can't tell you what to do. Right. When I'm tuning in these messages, God and the guides are speaking through me. All right. When's your birthday? Um, and but it always, all of this always comes down to personal responsibility, right? And it really just, it's just what I say all the time. Do you think you could handle it if he doesn't reply? And I just kind of think when it's a birthday, it's a perfect opportunity. You're only saying happy birthday, so it's your call. He didn't call on mine yet. I know, I get it. It can go a little bit like that, isn't it? But I mean, but then that's in your ego. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like birthdays are like man-made kind of. You know, it's like Valentine's Day. Do you know what I mean? You could hold all this shit against them. And again, believe me, I'm saying that right now. It doesn't feel great. Let's face it. Every fucking Christmas, New Year, birthday, big birthday, because that was mine the other year. And, you know, and you hear fuck all from this person. Like, you know, if you actually get, like, let's get real, it's Virgo season, that's about reality. Get practical about it. If you've no fucking seen or heard from them in years anyway, you know what I'm saying? It's you can see how you would get in your head if you were the other person about like, I can't just pop up on their birthday, like what if I ruin their day, or you know what I mean? It's every single person's gonna have feeling, and then you just end up not doing it, you know what I mean? But like I said, some years you might go the other way. So I don't know where you're at with it, but all I'm saying, if you're feeling he is in a dark place, I think it would be better to, like, you need to sit in and tune into that, is basically what I'm saying. Nobody can tell you the answer. Sorry to be that annoying person, but it's true. Divine intervention is occurring. See, divine intervention. I remember giving you a message like this before. And remember, we are about to go in a Scorpio moon. And just for the things that I've tuned in about feeling he's had a rough childhood, but with the things that you've actually confirmed about that, and the mother wounds card coming out, you know what I'm saying? Like, because even when people do lash out, that's, you know, I can't expect everyone to be that. It's, I don't think it would be about you. It would be about where he's at. So ask for a sign, or just make a decision right now that you're not strong enough to do it. Don't stay and I don't know. That's what I would suggest. Know that you are being guided. Happiness is your purpose. Krishna, devotion, divine masculine energy. Trust your. I love it. See, they're just talking through me. Trust your spiritual guidance. Your commitment has been recognized. You're loved unconditionally. What is your spiritual guidance telling you about that? Horus, cosmic gateway. Your thoughts are magnetic and powerful. Miraculous changes are occurring. Like I keep saying, we're in a miraculous kind of timeline right now. If you watch this from the start, you'll see me talking a bit about that. And it's like, you can choose to pour in energy into the worst case scenario, or you can choose to pour energy into the best case scenario. And like I say, like, even if the best case scenario doesn't happen, at least you had good intentions. You know what I mean? I need to go now. I'm getting too tired. So, January sun sign Capricorn, but my moon sign's Aries, which is important in Vedic. Yes. Oh no, it's important. What your sun, moon, your rising, it's all of it's important. I hear you. Can you tell something about karmic justice in relationships? That's what I've been talking about all day. Just watch from the start. What bit of it? I think I should wait. Okay, well, I'll respect your decision. But that's what I mean. It's better to make that decision that you should wait than stay in the procrastinating and the, like I've spoke loads of times before about that. Sometimes for me, it was not totally shite myself. I'm not doing that. I can't even handle it. I've got enough going on in my own life. I'm not going to risk the rejection again just for fucking being nice. But it's kind of like, you know, something, you know, that was that. And then other times I was like, oh, I really don't want to fucking do this, but I feel like I have to. And so I did. You know what I mean? And I don't regret it. I do strongly feel the times I've done that, it was needed. He needs to reach out to me. I have it again, Barbie. When you're true twin flames, you both hold masculine and feminine energy. Sometimes one is in the masculine, sometimes you're at loggerheads and you're both in the masculine. And like, even if you're like, the way I describe it, someone's more the feminine, someone's more the masculine, right? But sometimes you could both be more in your masculine and you're not, you could be a loggerhead. But you've got to tune in. Like, it's reminded me of a couple that I've worked with. I've worked with the masculine and the feminine, and they're a good example of that. I'm seeing them clairvoyantly. Like, there were times in their connection when they were apart, but but in contact, that that he was more clearly in the feminine energy, and like she was needing to take action towards it, and he needed it, and like she helped him out of a dark place. It's what happens with true twin flames. It just so happened that they were in contact and stuff. But it's yeah, be careful about that one, because like I said, I'm only saying it macro, like I'm in that too, but like, I don't want to go too deep into that, but because I can't be bothered and it's too late. But like, there's reasons why I'm like, yeah, there's absolutely no fucking way I'll be contacted mine. I contact mine this way. I make it clear, look, you can fucking contact me whenever you want. You know what I mean? You know where to find me. You know what I mean? Just tap in the telepathic communication if you don't know where to find me, but you do know where to find me. So it's kind of like, but other than that, like, that's because I've done it before, and it's not, and I mean, and when you don't have a clue what's going on with your person, it's like, what I mean? But if you have never done that, if people have never done that before, anyone that's listening to this, you've got to check in with yourself, because it wasn't fun. I'm fucking telling you right now, that time I done that, I've said before, it was actually someone like what I'm doing. I just randomly found this. Again, I think I only watched that person once again another time, but because it's so weird. That person actually doesn't even believe in the twin flame journey, but this is how strong a twin flame couple me and him are. Well, I mean, the energy between us. Right away, she pulled a yin yang card and mentioned twin flame. She was like, I don't really, but she went, it's not she doesn't believe in it, but she was like, I call it something else. But she was like, yeah, and she was like, yeah, if I were you, I would do this. And so I did, I trusted it. It just really resonated with what I felt. I just couldn't fucking sleep. I felt like I couldn't sleep. I just felt really uncomfortable, and I still don't know what the fuck that was about, but I didn't want to, but I did. And like I said, I feel one day I'll find out why I done that. Brigid, inner strength. And that's unconditional love. That is putting your own ego and your own fear aside to be like, fucking hell, I'm scared to do this. But actually, if it feels like that person's going to benefit from knowing that I care about them and that I haven't forgot them, then, because I think at that time in my life, I was like, what if he doesn't know that, like, I feel like this? Like, what if there's people out there lying on me, like, saying, like, and then at least that, you know what I mean, that you've got to kind of have your own back with some of that stuff. And that's what I've said before loads of times on this, and that feels very in the collective right now. One of the main reasons, amongst helping, my own twin flame union and all the other twin flames that I'm meant to help, is that at least it stops that, because I'm actually saying all the time how I feel like. So it's like, the stories have got to match up out there, and it's like, yeah. Inner strength, move back to wholeness, recognize that you have the power. Yeah, you've got the power in this situation, and also the flame. Diana, focused intention, that's what I'm teaching people about in the membership, well, all the time. Focus on what you desire. Set your sights high. Expect the best possible outcome. I fucking said that. I said that. And also, I think that's because, yeah, she's one of my guides. I don't talk about it that much, but I just remember that was one of the first sort of ones I really connected with. But it makes sense because I talk about focused intention all the time. Expect the best possible outcome. That's kind of energy we're in, miracles. Right, so all the best, folks. You all do great in life and will achieve whatever you're here for. Have faith in yourself more than any god or anything. God resides in us. Bye. Nice channel and content. Thank you very much, V. You have a good day too, and I agree. God is in charge. I want to so bad. I know you do. I know you do. I'm not telling you what to do. I kind of am doing. I'm not telling you what to do, but I feel it just feels like with me telling that story. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know why am I telling that story? It's got to be for a reason. And then I pull Saint Germain. And remember, I've said the funny thing is that looks like mine, but it's kind of like he's better looking, but it does. When you quickly glance at it, it's kind of funny. Karma releasing. And remember, I said the whole thing is like, that's what I put in the post today. Saint Germain and Lady Portia energy very strong, and I wondered why it hasn't come out, and it's because, like, look, right at the last minute, the person turns up. Karma releasing, move beyond drama, create your own path, make room for good energy. Wait a minute, that'll be the thumbnail. That's so funny. Where's the twin flame? The twin flame is fucked off. She's got fed up of waiting. She is literally not here. That's really interesting. Sometimes he's fucked off in the deck, but she's actually fucked off. She's not here. That's so weird. She's not in the deck. That's quite symbolic, isn't it? Saint Germain's twin flame is Lady Portia, who I was working with hard last night to help with, like I said, divine justice, karmic justice, and yeah, she's not in the deck. Oh God, I'll need to search for her. Right. Barbie, no decision is a decision. Yeah, well, she made the decision to not do it. What do you mean? What do you not understand? You need to basically, Barbie, this is why I don't take, you need to make, again, listen, this comes with love, but basically remember, amongst all the other things, I'm a counsellor, therapist, whatever you say in your country. I like to say therapist. I prefer, we say counsellor more in this country, but I prefer to say therapist. We need to be responsible for our own decisions, and you're the one living your life. But all I'm going to say is, like, life really, I hate that saying life is too short, but it is true. Life is too short, and you do want to, and you shouldn't let the bits of these cards are amazing. The guides are speaking through me, and the cards are backing it up, but they're just bits of card, and it's kind of like, so what I mean, is one way to see it. It's kind of like you're the only one living your life, and only you know how you're going to feel if you don't do it or you do. And all I'm saying is, worst case scenario is, you say happy birthday, you say with confidence, like, happy birthday, I hope you're having a great day, I was thinking of you. So I don't know, something along these lines. And the worst that happens is he ignores it, And like I said, if your ego is a bit fragile, you could be like, maybe he's out on the piss, or I don't know, or maybe he's like, had a busy day, maybe he'll get back to me later, or whatever, you know what I mean? And you don't get that, you know what I mean? It really just depends. I don't know if that would crush you. And I know for some people it could, Like I said, I've been at times in my life when there's just no way. Like, even the thought of it, it's like, I'm not strong enough to do that right now. And then other times it's like, right, I really don't want to do it, and you know, I don't feel I'm going to get acknowledgement or any of this, but I am going to, at least I'm going to know that I sent that love his way, and it's up to him if he wants to receive it or not, or you know what I mean. And but like I said, it lets the person know that you've not forgot them, and that's what I'm kind of feeling. It's like, wait a minute, let's get these cards again. I'm getting sucked in. I can't get pulled away. Your Scorpio moon's pulling me in. Karen's no fucking about. She's like, send a text and see what happens. Yeah, just do it now. Why don't you do it now? Sorry, I shouldn't say that. But you know what I mean? Why don't you just do it now? Fucking just do it now. What if this bullshit carries on for like several more years? And what if, like, you know, it's like the kind of thing where, like, you know, you're thinking about what if he ignores you? What if he doesn't ignore you? What if he was like been hoping all fucking day that you're the only person he wanted to hear from? You know what I mean? Twin flame. I'll be in this fucking position if mine takes any longer, because it's his fucking 40th, but I could be like, I'm not saying happy birthday to him because he doesn't say happy birthday to me. But do you know what I mean? I'll say it now. Aye, have a good one. Aye, I'll just fucking assume that, you know what I mean? Twin flame. Do you know, again, I was asked, you know what I mean? Look, twin flame, that's what came out. You activated my soul to find my true purpose and destiny in life. You helped me to heal in ways no one else could. Thank you for finding me again this time around. Will you listen? There's so many things I want to say to you, but will you hear me all the way out? Will you believe me? Aye, it's more like, will you listen to her? Are you going to reply? Look, there's a lot of cards there too. You know what I mean? There's a lot of cards, and there it is again. Twin flame, twin flame, twin flame. Maybe he's going through the twin flame awakening, and he's greeting, he's crying. Tears. When I think about you, I cry. Look, I'm sorry. You better fucking send that text. I'm only joking. You can do what you want. At least you will know one way or the other and get on with your life. Karen, you clearly don't know what the twin flame journey is about. You need to hang around here and see what journey. Are you on the twin flame journey? I hope you're not, for your sake, because it's, you know, it's beautiful, but it can be difficult as well. But yeah, I need to get off because it's midnight now, and then I'm like, oh no, can I watch my program? A minute. You're just learning yourself. How should I word it? I'm such a chick. What does that mean? Oh, chicken, you mean? You're not, because you're at least, you know, you're contemplating doing it. I just keep it as his birthday. Just keep it simple. Like, what time is it there? Like, just say, I don't know if that matters, but it's like, just say, happy birthday. I hope you've had a great day. Or, you know, if you maybe you want to add a question. You know, the thing is, people don't. I don't know about you, but seeing it's my birthday and you're getting all these. Well, it's not like that doesn't happen a lot now, because I've just, yeah. I don't have as many friends, and I'm fucking glad at it too, because, you know, yeah. Anyway, but it's like, I used to get quite overwhelmed. That's the bit I don't miss about it. You know what I mean? Like, same with Merry Christmas and all that shit. You know what I mean? It's just I don't know. It's not. I don't get me wrong. I don't ignore it. Like if somebody's saying happy birthday, bit like I'll say thanks, but it can be a bit overwhelming sometimes when all of that's coming at you. Which is why I said, like, I was serious when I said that earlier. Like, see, when it comes to Christmas cards, I've never sent them, even before I knew about my ADHD. Like, I didn't know why I was like that. I just knew I was like that, and I just say to people like, "Look, I'm not being rude. I'm one of the most polite, kind people you could meet. I'm blunt, but please just don't send me that if it's a kind of you scratch my back out because I'm not going to be able to do that. You know what I mean? Like it's too much for me to keep up with. Like I'd rather just say Merry Christmas when I see it, or send it a text or something like that. And some people, take that on board and they'll no send you a card. And some people are like, if it's okay with you, can I say, yeah, as long as I still, care about it. I'm just not good at that. It's nothing personal. Are you going to do it now? I will stay live if you're going to do it now. I don't know if I can stay until he replies, because I mean, I'll stay a little bit. It's getting a bit chilly now with that fan. Oh my god, my back hurts. Ooh, I'm just going to lean back a little bit. Dear God and all the angels, power animals, Barbie's twin flames, higher self. When Barbie sends that text, please allow him to receive the message with the kindness and the love that's intended with. And whatever he might be going through himself, wrapping up karmic stuff and going through different healing, that he at least acknowledges it, even if it's like when you just heart the text or something, or however you're sending it. But if he's able to just say thank you, that would even be a bonus as well. But again, we're going to release absolute control over that, because that's where we don't let go and let go. Let go and let God. We don't have any control over that. Make way for a miracle. Don't be attached to the outcome. All these kind of things. I don't send Christmas cards either. Good. I'm glad there's someone else out there. I kind of want to say happy birthday, twin. Now you're going a whole different other type of way. Like, does he know that you're twin flames? What if he's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Does he know that you're twin flames? Oh, the phone's about to die. 5%. They've made up. Yeah, that's my guide's like, you need to get off now. So, yes. Again, I just prayed out loud. So again, but you can do this for yourself. But I was just doing that in the love of the soul family, that you have to release. Yes, we've discussed several times. All right, well then do it. Yeah, happy, but just do it. That's cute. That's you. That's better because it's you. I told you what is it? Just can't remember it was so long ago. I can't remember what I said. Mine was awkward as fuck because I sent it like 3 weeks after his birthday. That was one of the times. No, one of the other times I sent it on the day. And I was shitting myself. I sent it at 444 as well. It didn't give me any luck, but it was. Remember, I've done mine a long time. It was just twice I remember doing this, but yes, quite funny. Yeah, do it then. Happy birthday, twin. Are you putting a wee kiss or a heart? Flame emoji, maybe. But again, I will be thinking of you and holding my prayers, and we will all be waiting in anticipation to find out, but no pressure. But again, seriously, you know what I mean? Whatever happens there, just the one thing I want to say is be proud of yourself when you do it. And notice I have not at any point said if you do it. When you do it, be proud of yourself, set the intention that you're doing it for the highest good of you and him, you're sending it good intentions, you're releasing all expectations, and then you go and do something else and you let go of it. You know what I'm saying? Claire, you're funny. Thank you, Karen. We need it in these dark times. Maybe ask the cards or spirit confirmation. Brandy, I've been doing that all night, and I don't know if you saw, but I was just shuffling the tarot, and it was giving the most confusing things. So basically, that was giving the answer that you've got to decide. The cards they're just going to keep confusing you even more. You've got this. You've already come up with the answer. Happy birthday, twin. Let it go. Or decide, I don't feel like I can do it, and, let it go. But don't stay stuck in that. Choose. Yeah. Right. Love you all. Thank you for joining me. I think the next time when I come on for Thursday, I think it'll be, what do you mean? Okay, hold on. You're going to do it? My battery's going to die. 3%. I'm not. I apologize. What are you apologising for? You're apologising because you're not going to do it. You don't need to apologise to me or any of us. We're going to support you whatever you want to do. But all I'm going to say is if you were going to do it, I would do it in this energy and just, you've got the support of... But what are you waiting for him to do? Say Merry Christmas? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, your life's passing you by. Because really what I feel this is about, it's what you've got to accept is with what I feel he's going through, like, I hope he is having a nice birthday, but I can feel he is going through stuff and he's wrapping up karmic cycles. So what I'm saying is, in amongst all of that, you just saying happy birthday might be a bit of light in a dark sort of time, but equally, who knows? People can take it differently. It might be triggering for him, but either way, you're doing it with the right intention. Yeah, it just keeps coming back to it. It's a personal call. Nobody could do it. Like I said, I remember when I was in this position once and somebody was tuning in for me, and I just made a decision. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to decide on the day, and that is what I've done. And I was all fired up to do it, and then it got to the day, and it wasn't fear. I was like, I don't feel good. This is not going to be good for my mental health. He's going to ignore me, and I can't deal with that. And then, another year, I was like, it wasn't like, fuck it, I don't care. It was like, right, this is going to be really shit, but I'm just going to, got to be in the good space. It really matters what space you're in and what your agenda as well. With the Twinflame, it's unconditional love. Think about how many people are conditional. I'm only going to do this if they do that. I'm only going to say happy birthday because they have to be, like, all of that stuff is like not, you know what I mean? That's when you got to do.